Did you see the skull thing from him? Genuinely insane? No.
And it feels like somewhere along the way, he just like lost it, you know, where he made so
Wait,
many...
lost it in what way though? Because he's in great shape now. Lost a lot of weight.
Ironically enough,
changed his life.
Yeah, ironically enough, he's supposed to be the happiest he's ever been. But if you look at him, or at least when I see him on stream and whatnot, he just looks so unhappy in comparison to how much happier he was when he was fat. And
because he was eating good, bro.
Yeah, probably. That's probably part of what it is. But like, I mean, he's tried to deplatform me multiple times.
Now, on to our second segment of the night, because this one is the more relevant one if you've been waiting here for 2 hours to get to it. Recently, on Easter, when Jesus rose, they found his skeleton outside of the tomb. It was actually in Ethan Klein's podcast studio. I don't mean to like make light of this, but it's just such a crazy thing to happen. Apparently, they sent 2 human skeletons. Now, I don't know if these are synthetic. The allegation is that they come from, and I think there was a tag, so this is probably true, that they come from like a medical thing where you can buy real human skulls for $2,000. I haven't seen it. We're going to watch some of his response today, because he did talk about this on stream earlier. But they've sent skeleton heads to his house to threaten him and his wife. And unfortunately, the cast opened them, thinking they were like an item for Dan. It's deranged. So this is the response video, supposedly from, why is it called I'm Sorry?
Recent revelation.
This video was not called I'm Sorry yesterday, but I guess that's to get a bit more eyes on it. Like, this is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen happen to a YouTuber. It wasn't, I pulled up the tweet earlier, it's not enough to attack his wife and call her a terrorist. It's not enough to fucking do a murder simulator on his wife, okay? Hila, obviously. It's not enough to talk about assaulting and murdering AB and his wife on like Instagram and all the fucking messages they were getting, right? It's not enough to call AB a house slave or a house Arab. It's not enough to call CPS a false CPS report on his fucking family or signal boost that uncritically and then try to blame Ethan and blame it on like, oh, it must have been a concerned fan, and try to gaslight the audience like that. You've got to send skeleton heads to his house to scare him into like no longer talking about it. This is so much more than a dude crashing out on a live stream. And I think it's actually disgusting. Some of the stuff we're going to show you tonight. They're drawing fucking artwork on fucking leftovers. They're making fan art of the skeleton that was sent to his house. I'm not even kidding you. This is something that's actually happening right now. I'll show this later. We'll look through this. This is a post that I have. I literally pulled this up before the stream because they're drawing fan art taunting Ethan that they sent a human head to his house. So this is like absolutely vile and deranged behavior. And remember when Adam McIntyre in the previous segment went, uh-oh, snark, don't mention that to Ethan. This is what that snark thing is that iDubbbz keeps referencing, that Hassan Piker keeps referencing, and that Adam McIntyre was joking about and making light of. So, yeah. FBI, apparently they're involved.
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as iDubbbz, released a content cop about me. His video's over an hour long, and it's full.
And again, we already watched his full response. This is the one he's going to talk about right here. We actually showed this on our live stream. But this is like an additional video that's probably better for a general audience. It's about 16 minutes long. It goes through the main hard-hitting points.
Of a lot of accusations. We watched the entire video, every frame of it, responded to every accusation on the podcast, and a really long episode. We watched the whole thing. So if you're interested in a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend watching this episode. The video that I'm making today, however...
By this episode, he meant my coverage, which will conclude tomorrow.
However, I don't need an hour for, because there's really...
I don't know if you know this, but if the Tampa Bay Lightning make it to the finals, Ian and Anissa have to move Creator Clash to a different day. Chat, Tampa Bay has caused my New York Rangers a lot of strife, okay? Over the years, they've eliminated us several times. Multiple times in the conference finals, in fact. Okay? But I think having to refund everyone who bought a ticket or move the day is even funnier. the New York Ranger fan Nick DeOrio will be endorsing the Tampa Bay Lightning for the Stanley Cup Finals this year, and I hope all of you will be rooting for them as well.
Just one central point.
I don't know if that's the case. Somebody just said that in chat, just to be clear.
That I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long
How would they refund ticket holders? I imagine they would have to like either provide or offer a refund through Ticketmaster if they move the date, right? They wouldn't require you to just be there at a different time if people have like planned flights. Isn't that how that works?
Mention one time.
But again, do you want that to happen, or do you want them to have to go up against Jake Paul? What would be more nuclear? I think that would help pay-per-view. So I actually don't necessarily agree with that anymore. Because I don't think that people should pay for this event. I think they should be individually donating to charity. That's my position on Creator Clash. If you want to watch this thing, don't. And if you want to support charity, donate directly there to make sure it goes. Because how could you possibly trust Ethan again? Not Ethan, Ian, sorry. God, why is Ian and Ethan fighting?
Child Protective Services. Not one time.
Oh, and by the way, if you bought tickets to this thinking you can charge them back, I have a rude awakening. There are reports on the H3 subreddit that they're not even able to use their bank to get the charge back on this. These are non-refundable tickets, at least not tickets in person, but the online... Do not buy pre-sale for the online digital viewing of this event. If you want to watch it, make the decision on the day of, kind of see how it goes. But there are people in Ethan's community who supported this event, right? And now, after all this stuff has happened, they want their money back. They don't want to support this anymore. And they can't get out of it because they're not accepting refunds. And simultaneously, the banks on some people's thing weren't letting them charge back, which is a real shame.
In the entire video.
Yeah, the digital ones are non-refundable, so do not purchase those unless you're absolutely sure you want to support this event.
He never says CPS. No mention, no explanation.
It's funny because he got a lot of people's money and then made this video, fucking over Lena in the process and burning a whole lot of goodwill that he had with one of the few communities that would like signal boost this event. But he made sure he got everybody's money before he did that.
Explanation, no overview, nothing. Zero mentions of CPS. A few weeks ago.
And again, that's the biggest point. I agree with Ethan 100% here, what he's arguing. Ian dances around effectively ignoring the fact that CPS went to the house, makes a bajillion reasons or whatever, pulls up a bajillion clips of that stream, the stream titled CPS came to my house or whatever, and he avoids it in the actual video to try to like paint Ethan as like psychotic for no good reason.
Child Protective Services showed up to our house at 6 a.m. to interrogate us about an anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases. Ian spends the majority of his video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me with zero provocation.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you, and a lot of
Again, I love that I'm speaking up for people who have problems with you, because all you were asked to do was like attest to the fact that Ethan doesn't have shit all over his house when all these people were making up lies, that it must have been a concerned fan who sent this call in. Like, that was the narrative they were trying to push. And Ian's like, well, I couldn't have done anything here. Even though my editors, one of my former editors, one of the people who are pushing this, and my friend Denims, who I'll happily tell you now is my friend, while you, sir, were a light friend to decent acquaintance.
People who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now, does he ever show the title of this episode?
Nope.
No, he does not ever show the title of this episode. Snark called Child Protective Services on us. Not only does he not show the title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous, screaming lunatic.
It's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years. And as a
Now, I spoke with Turkey Tom today, and he gave me the take that he thinks this is what happened. He thinks that Ian might not have even clipped any of this stuff. He might just be sitting in a group chat with a bunch of his stupid friends who sent the clips individually to him, and he did no research. I think that is way too gracious to iDubbbz, who paints a pretty like a manipulative painting of himself in his own video. But could you see that too? How funny would that be if he just took their word for it? That's a whole nother story if that's the case.
Late.
Because I don't know how, dude. You're either extremely malicious or terminally stupid, but I'm leaning towards malicious on this one.
It's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'll turn donut sounds back on.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided
the myth of the perfect victim here. There was a way to do this. You're just going about it the wrong way. And again, the main thing is what's on the screen here that Ethan's showing. He keeps putting this on like these are just clips of Ethan being justifiably upset because it's the day that fucking CPS went to their house. This is like fucking deranged, dude.
to do the extra thing and attack.
In this episode, the same day that CPS came to my home, I was understandably irate. This was a provocation that I had not experienced. It went into my real world.
You called the people who helped push this allegation that ended up having real world consequences a bitch. Oh no!
Nicholas,
affecting my children.
The goat. Thank you for the $5.
Yeah, and gatekeeping podcasting. iDubbbz, like the least successful podcast I've ever seen, telling people how to run their show. It's like a YouTube chatter telling me to put shorter clips up. Yeah, I'm talking to you, motherfucker, who's typing in the comments right now.
The guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo, Mr. Oreo.
Yeah, dude, I'm constantly fighting back and forth between the, hey, dude, can you post shorter videos, and the, hey, dude, why are you covering the same topic over and over and over again? Because I'm clipping the same stream into separate pieces. So if you guys want 50 10-minute Ethan Klein videos in a row, raise your hand. Who here wants 50 days of Ethan Klein videos in a row that are 10 minutes long? Or would you rather me just post the segments in larger chunks that perform well on the channel? I think I'm going to go with that one.
Children and my life in a way that
And then you get the other guys who are like, God, these videos are so fucking long too. It's like, I'm sorry, it's not meant to be sit down and watch piece. It's meant to be like on your car ride to work content.
I found extremely disturbing and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. Denims is someone he's accusing me of in his video of harassing. Let's see what Denim said about my children 3 days before.
And it's crazy that we're watching this clip for probably the 2000th time because they will intentionally not include it or discuss it in any capacity. They just keep lying about it and it won't go on screen. So Ethan just has to keep throwing this on screen over and over again.
CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over.
Oh shit, there's a KFC in Yemen. Thank you, dude.
Nicholas, I know what you were, what you are. People don't change. You're a Destiny 2 player.
Thank you.
Over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have...
Okay, I'm going to answer this one time, but I don't want to interrupt this the segment again to talk about like money and shit. Wouldn't it be better to post 20-minute videos multiple times a day? Wouldn't that boost your algorithm? All right, first of all, I highly doubt you guys want 5 notifications from me in a day. Okay, nor do I want to make 5 notifications appear in your box. And secondly, the videos that have longer engagement perform better. They don't get me into the algorithm.
The goat. Thank you for the $5.
I'm gonna tell you a secret, okay? I don't want to be a million sub YouTuber. I want to keep doing this as long as I can and continue to fly under the radar. I'm perfectly fine with not hitting the algorithm every day, as long as the videos perform well anyway.
A housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something. But they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit.
And they keep pulling up this clip, and I have to keep explaining to you that he's not hiding this chat. I'm hiding the chat because it's under my chat. But like, they're
Nicholas,
acting like this is like some secret clip.
Thank you for the $5.
This is some secret manipulative clip here because they haven't adequately explained that it's edited. When like
that is all over his pussy with their hand. I don't know what they.
When the chat just starts rising from the bottom of the screen, like he doesn't explain that this is like an edited clip where like all the like the little symbols are cut off and names are cut off and shit. Like, are we fucking slow? No offense to the slow people, but like, it's obviously edited.
But they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all over his house.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to?
I think you have to be stupid to not put this at least partial responsibility on Denims for promoting this bad Empanada video and put much larger responsibility onto... Actually, no. Who's the asshole here? The people who are signal boosting the crazy guy who's blown up on YouTube and now like repeats crazy talking points that have real world consequences? Or the guy who everyone expected to say crazy shit, who used to talk to an extremely small audience, who now has access to Hassan's entire base? I don't know, dude. I have a fucking hard time not blaming Hassan for this as well. I don't believe in just straight up guilt by association. I don't think that you should just hold your friend accountable because somebody else did something bad. But when you yourself subscribe to boosting these people who you know are malicious pieces of shit just to swing them as a junkyard dog and attack all of your fucking enemies, I think at some point you have a bit of responsibility here that you need to own up to.
And every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have Mold Mondays. Now we have Shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe.
Yeah, they all know what they're doing. 100%.
And deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses.
Bro, I want their group chats to leak, dude. Holy shit. Imagine if the fucking group chats leaked and we get to read all the stuff they were saying in private. Oh, I am literally trying to put that energy into the world.
It's very, very, very dangerous when...
Imagine how these fucking freaks talk in private. And if this is how if they're this out in the open in public, what are they not saying?
Infants get the same sicknesses...
We can only read so much silence, dude.
...that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew, playing...
No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglected.
Like, I don't think I've ever covered something in like 7 fucking years, or however long I've been doing this, as like evil as what they've done to this man. I'm at the point where it's like, how much fucking return fire is warranted here? And we're reaching entirely new levels of malice never before seen in YouTube drama.
How is this happening? How is this happening? How is this happening?
And her defense for this clip isn't that like all this stuff here is fake. She acknowledges it's real, but she says it's clipped out of like what? I'll be charitable. 20 minutes? Like 20 minutes of her stream is just this many messages, and she thinks that makes it sound better.
The goat.
I thought it was 5, but let's raise it to 20 just so we're making sure we're covering our bases here. Of these are selectively picked from a short segment of the video, dude. I am at a loss here for why she thinks that she gets any fucking benefit of the doubt at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health,
dude, I'm crashing out. I don't make fun of people's weight, but if you're not taking care of your health, what? And what does health have to do with posture? You're not standing up straight enough. What?
Or your posture, or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting Giardia.
Just taking it face value. And someone in chat mentioned before, Nick took Harley being calling in at face value. And it's like, yeah, I did.
Nicholas,
what is the
goat? Thank you for the $5.
What is the footprint on those two things, and why are they not the same? Please somebody assist that young man.
That's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Dems? Wait, what? You guys didn't know
Like,
about?
the thing isn't like, oh no, you are never allowed to be wrong. You are never allowed to make mistakes. But, again, she's now apologized for this. Saying, like, you called me a bitch a couple times, so I threw this on the stream to get back at you. That is a crazy fucking line of logic right there. Oh, wow. What a line of logic right there, Mike.
This? Yeah. Meth Zempic diet. Oh, God.
Even after CPS was called...
Dude, it's crazy. Dude, we don't fat shame here. We skinny shame.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter?
Oh,
Nick
God.
Oreo.
I can't believe
Mr. Oreo.
after years of fat comments about Ethan Klein, talking about how he's overweight and fat, like a fucking dime, they flipped. It's like, he looks like a skeleton. He's super skinny. He looks better when he had weight on him. It's so disgusting how these people are. They don't give a fuck about this
I
stuff.
just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Fat man bad, skinny man bad.
I don't get how she's getting from this to that. I don't understand how they are connected. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Also, thank you for streaming. I really need it this week.
Oh, happy to help you, Atlantis Pup. I hope things are well.
Venoms attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I want you to create...
What a narrative, dude. Yeah, it sucks if they wanted to go to your school and interview your fucking 3 kids and embarrass you in public. And if things went bad, potentially fucking... I don't know, dude. This is like... But at least they won't remember it. Yeah, they probably wouldn't remember a gun to their face either if it was a swatting, but would that make that justify? Imagine there's a gun to the 3-year-old's face, and Denham's takeaway to that is like, well, they're not going to remember this. Yeah, dude, it's okay. Just make false fucking calls just to fucking harass a family, but if they don't remember it, it's fine.
Any bad memory here for them?
That's
like,
what you get for not agreeing with Hassan Piker.
they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him...
Yeah, you know who says that? They won't remember because they're too young? That's an iconic argument of pedophile. No, dude.
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
Who said that in chat? SP, pedophile logic.
Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to...
You can play this clip completely out of context and make the funniest meme ever, and I disavow.
Remember being able...
Dude, unironically, if iDubbbz was writing the video, he would be like, Denims is obviously pro-fucking... and then play this.
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
Dude, I could write iDubbbz' next video. I got the sauce, bro. I got the sauce.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
No.
Unironically, more charitable than the iDubbbz video.
Yes, you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memory.
Thank God all those starving children won't remember they were starving. Dude, those starving kids in Gaza, they're not going to remember it. It's okay. As long as they make it through, it's okay.
It's like 4 is the cutoff, but even if you
starving 3-year-olds, they have no memory of that.
Are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering...
I feel like she was like a late memory bloomer. I don't think she could remember what she had for breakfast this morning.
Who the guy is she's watching, his name is bad.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, the way those starving Gazan children are fed is being with bellies full of content, okay? They don't have food, but what they do have is 8 hours of Hassan Piker watching media coverage and watching bad Empanada videos to hold them over until their next meal, so they could seek shelter.
Empanada. And as far as harassment
bellies full of bad Empanada
campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways,
This is so crazy, dude. This is so crazy. You know who'd do something like this? This is like a Salvo skit that would get him banned from YouTube again. I could see fucking Salvo doing this.
Are these Israelis? They're just standing there. I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like, they're all on a fucking Ozempic binge. They don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. Where do they keep the
they're doing murder Ela simulator. And us Ela Kleiners are not standing for it. Not happening.
Secretaries. In here? I'm hunting for secretaries right now. Secretary got...
Now, I wonder, did Twitch ever ban for this? Or was that on YouTube? Where the fuck did he stream that? It's so fucking nuts.
Bad Empanada, once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
Uh-oh. This is the new video.
Nicholas!
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
$5, my man.
We're full screening this. This is crazy.
Today was pretty bad.
So this is a personal video that Bad Empanada supposedly sent to Ethan. This guy literally... literal terrorist, dude.
Wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh?
Nicholas, the goat.
TikTok, Ethan. TikTok.
By the way, people were saying that they thought they could tie Bad Empanada to the skull that Ethan found, but I regret to inform you, if it was Bad Empanada, it would look a little bit more like this. So I've confirmed
Nicholas,
that Bad Empanada is alive.
Thank you for the $5, my
based
man.
purely off of the size of the skull. So I am fully aware that it was not Bad Empanada whose head was shipped to Ethan's team.
Because it's TikTok, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
You gotta know the team was laughing their ass off when they edited this fucking thing. Like when they saw the final edit.
Mr. Klein. Every day.
Dude, thank God for fucking Dan. Thank God for fucking AB.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo.
Thank you.
Mr. Oreo.
Thank God for Lena. Thank God that this guy's got people around him, keeping him, like... I don't know how the fuck I would deal with this shit.
Is this really
I mean, videos like this I'd laugh at, but the fucking skeleton shit is crazy.
Waiting.
Dude, it was like annoying when people sent me Qurans to my house or like tried to order a pizza here. I don't know what the fuck I'd do with this.
Just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. TikTok goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
He lets his dogs shit all over his
It's just so, dude, how? How, bro? The silence tells me you're okay with this, Ian. The silence tells me you're okay with this. And every day that you do not condemn Bad Empanada or respond to Ethan's video, the silence tells me you're okay with this. Because you told me that we need to understand what the silence means. The silence means you're okay with this.
I'm gonna
talk to the silence again, guys. All right, let me get the. I gotta get my conductor. Dude, I'm sorry. This is like, it's like ventriloquism a little bit ventriloquism, a little bit of tarot card readings. How come nobody's done a tarot card reading on this drama? Remember when YouTube drama was so unhinged? You'd have like crazy ladies doing tarot card readings on who's right. Can we bring that back? I think Adam McIntyre, when he's done and everyone fucking hates him because his content is shit, he should do tarot card readings. That would be good for him. He'd be a bit more engaged. Let me see. There it is. All right, guys. I'm gonna reach out to the... I'm using witchcraft right now, and I'm gonna talk to the silence inside of Ethan's brain. Yeah, he says he's okay with the skulls. He thought the skulls were okay. Yeah. He says he's fine with the skulls. He likes Bad Empanada. Denims was based. And He says he misses his wife. I don't know why I just quoted Invincible there, but whatever, dude.
Leaves the shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you.
I don't know what they do with it.
The silence says divorce is on the rise. I'm kidding.
Or if just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
I was particularly angry during this episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us because I hold denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS was called. Another one of their friends, Froggy Tonic, had been spreading the same malicious rumor about me on Twitter for days before CPS was called as well.
I used to
Dude, it's fucking Froggy expired, bro. This Froggy fresh and Froggy not so fresh.
Work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because...
Ooh, there's a KFC in Yemen, I think.
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Hey Nicholas, still an hour behind and still blacken. Using your race cards so much the edges are white is still a goddamn
Thank you! I remember you said that yesterday. That's so the other day. That's so funny.
Because he was in the circles online that I was in. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna...
Dude, another cell phone. Hey, guys, so I think you're friends with Denims. So, Ethan is unhinged for saying that I'm friends with Denims. Anyway, I am friends with Denims, and it's like, dude, Ethan thinks that it's unhinged that you're not saying anything about Froggy Tonic, and he thinks it's because you, like, agree with his positions. So anyway, sometimes I agree with Froggy Tonic's positions. Like, he answers all of these things, and he's like, yeah, no, he's probably right to feel that way.
Endorse it. I'm not going to retweet.
I'm not going to endorse it. I'm just going to let it go. You have to understand the silence. My silence is an endorsement.
It or like it, but fair enough.
Yeah, the master lock. Yeah, dude, it's a master lock moment. Dude, the iDubbbz content cop debunks the content cop. You just smack the content cop into it.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying.
I love that, dude. I love that for you. Dude, this guy is so mind-fucked by like, the OnlyFans drama.
Give yourself Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout-out.
I love this. Is the best donation sound for right now. He's so mind-fucked by Sam Hyde and so mind-fucked by the OnlyFans drama that out of all the psychotic stuff, killed the dog, bad parents, the first thing that he saw was Hila Klein is a C word. I'd really hate it if he said that to my wife.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
And at the same time, dude, like, don't you personally take issue with the fact that somebody who was in your camp or friendly with you or someone whose tweets that you agree with or sometimes whatever, someone you're reading is attacking one of your friends' wives the way that your wife has been so maliciously targeted, but in your opinion?
But fair enough. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese.
Called the C word. It says that Ethan intentionally murdered his dog with cheddar cheese.
And a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Now let me show you
And a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. What was that other shit, dude? Why are we putting this in, like, the lightest possible context?
tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
And again, I have to correct myself. I called him a close friend, when in reality, they're a light friend to decent acquaintance on the Fantano scale of friendship. But don't worry, Denims is a full fucking friend. Denims has reached the F word.
Past 4 months, I was in my basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was neglectful with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's precisely why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is, it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent.
And again, Ian did this and downplayed previously in the video. When he talks about the Giardia thing, the first words out of his mouth is, I guess they don't, like, wipe their ass or something. When it's, like, impossible not to know the context with the video you're watching. Oh, yeah, that's why they said it. They're not wiping their ass. Good one.
Neglectful parent, and saying that who's claimed to fame as being iDubbbz' friend and former editor, is spreading malicious...
Yeah, the F slur for iDubbbz is now friend. We don't use that word. That's not our word.
damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called. Which, by the way, Ian does not explain one time. He did not mention why I'm angry at Froggy Tonic. He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode. He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a...
That's crazy, dude. That is nuts.
Perfect opportunity to explain the CPS call, but watch what he does here instead.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
And it's like, he's victim blaming Ethan for, I guess, signal boosting this, while the subreddit had taken notice already and the narrative was already formed. Like, oh no, now you've made this worse for me. It's just like, just say he's not a fucking terrible dad. And it's like, oh, that's too much to ask. Okay, whatever. So then he goes and does the alternative and like gears up with the people who are partially responsible for CPS going to the house in the first place. Because he's mad? Like, okay, I hate him so much, dude.
Man, now why does this matter?
We wanted to pause the friendship with our minds. I used Shelbo's fucking telepathy to pause our friendship, but did you not get the memo? We used witchcraft to do it.
Because Anissa was yucking it up with these guys during the period in which they were spreading this rumor and when the CPS call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this story without that context, and to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting hit piece of all time. Unfortunately, that's exactly what he did. He convinced his audience that...
Dude, that guy blew up like a piñata.
The reason that I'm mad, that I'm lashing out, simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out.
Any thoughts on the Rockets' offense on the Warriors in Game 1 of the NBA playoffs? Are you aware that this audience prefers the Tampa Bay Lightning and hockey right now? Are you not aware that is the official sport of this stream?
Just crazy and harassing his friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial, weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Someone who I've confided in over the years with my struggle.
God, dude, I hate when I hate when my friends give me ultimatums. Anyway, if you don't go to therapy, we'll never be friends again. So then maybe we can consider you in the future if you talk to Dr. Lipschitz, bro.
With it, who understands what I've been through, the lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental condition. For him to throw...
He did it. He made the change. Ethan managed to finally figure out a good work-life balance of being a good guy and not saying racial slurs in every fucking live stream he does. And like advocating for things he believes in while also simultaneously being funny enough to have an entertaining podcast. It's a crazy concept.
Is this really
And I
Wally?
think in some way, iDubbbz is jealous of the fact that he can't figure it out. He can't make those things click. Ethan is able to do it. iDubbbz can't do it. And he's bothered by it.
That
What's
in my
the name
face.
of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
To characterize...
I think that's why he really hates him. Yeah, because he's watching Ethan be loved by the communities that had like originally let him go in this instance, because like, how could you not root for the guy who's fucking... I understand, dude. I get littered with Jordan Peterson comments of fucking former fans in my replies every time I tweet about Ethan. But how could you not root for this guy when he's going against all of these guys by himself? His friends are cowering in fear behind him as like pathetic little wretches while all this is going on. How could you not root for this guy? And the podcast is pretty fucking funny now, dude.
Anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic.
You're psychotic, man. Why are you freaking out about this? Like, fuck you.
on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him, I'm harassing him, simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not going to run to your defense when, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter.
Let's fucking go, dude! There it is!
We do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow.
We just hit the fucking Mr. Beast with the Sabrina Carpenter skin code DeOrio on the item shop, dude. Holy fuck!
People. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
And it turns out he was. Oh God, do we have the clip? Dude, listen to this clip again.
Seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
I had a lot of friends when I did my apology that did not fuck with it in the slightest.
Yeah, they didn't agree.
And they still don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
They don't agree with it. And, I don't really expect them to come to bat for me or anything if they don't agree with it.
Yeah.
And, I don't expect them to speak up, period, on any of it.
I appreciate that they don't.
Yes.
Because it just makes things more complicated. It's like...
I had a lot of friends.
Yeah, it's not a secret. You're right. You're right to feel that way. You've not been gaslit by anyone. That's what actually happened.
I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
Because they were.
Our silence means something.
It means you're on their side. And you know what means something, Ian?
On their side than my side.
Our silence means something.
The silence that we keep talking to means that you were on their side. But you know what screams that even louder? That Ethan was telling you Child Protective Services came to their house because these guys are promoting a psychopath in a malicious blood feud with him. And then you did the Fortnite dance with them. So yeah, the silence is vocal, but your actions are louder. Okay? The silence is what he heard, and it made him upset. So you doubled down and outed yourself as being a crazy piece of shit.
It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you...
Dude, this silence means he was using Shelbo's fucking, adamantium, the adamantium Shelbo, smoke alarm detector to fucking send that message through deep space.
It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence...
Dude, why is friendship in your 30s with the guy who learned empathy a year ago like dating a fucking... This is like a high school relationship. This is like... Dude, that's the vibes. That's the vibes I'm getting here. Two extremely inexperienced friendships are blowing up right now in front of our eyes.
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Ian and Anissa resent Ethan and Gila for being there and speaking up for them and not going down in flames with them.
Dude,
how fucking insane is that?
You know how they call it?
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Dude, they call this adult high school for a reason, dude. The popular kids just broke up. Like, what's going on? Why are these people so awful, dude? Holy shit. Dude, the homecoming king and queen just broke up on stream.
It means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received...
You know what? For the first time in my life, I get it.
You were more on their side than my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship.
For years, I heard I learned empathy at 30, and I thought, there's no way. How could someone learn empathy
Nicholas
at 30 years old?
Thank you for the $5, my man.
But this guy is so fucking immature Guys, by the way, if you look at this image right now, look at this fucking guy. This is Twitter's idea of a mature fucking man, okay? You're just mad because you haven't matured alongside of him, dude. This guy is sending subliminal messages through his I-beams, dude. He launched his... Dude, you should know that that our friendship is on pause because I'm ghosting you in text message form or something, or we're not arguing directly in your favor, so you should know that we've distanced ourselves from you
until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means
what a pathetic creature.
Something.
It makes sense now. I didn't think it was possible that a person could be so underdeveloped that they learn empathy at 30, but it makes sense.
That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received 2 human skulls in the mail at our...
Just casually drops this. Just casually drops this right at the end of the video. Yeah, guys, so I did leave this out previously, but I got a human skull sent to my fucking work address.
Home, which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the...
Ian, what does the silence tell you about the human skulls? I'm just curious. Can you talk to them from beyond the grave?
FBI. Things have progressed well past the point of...
What do the skulls think about Ethan?
That's just what the internet does. Ian had a recent revelation. He's transcended into a new person. He's achieved nirvana and discovered empathy at age 32.
I'm so glad, dude, that this has become a meme. Because we've been saying it for years and they called us incel pieces of shit for it, okay? Because of the narrative. But the narrative is starting to crumble and people are realizing these guys just suck. And it's not just big mean Nick DeOrio who thinks so.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy. And
what a fucking loser, dude. What a weaselly little loser, dude.
I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy, but I have, and I've realized it because
oh no, dude. Oh no.
I just can't help myself.
What an edit, bro. Is that a... Dude, I think it's a moniker. I think we're seeing a live action moniker right now.
But feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect. I think that is...
We know it's from Bleach, all right? But listen, dude. You don't do Edward Richtofen cosplays. We went over this last stream, bro. You just don't. It might, in Bleach, that might be the coolest fucking device ever. In America, that they call that a swastika.
Empathy meter's only maybe a quarter of the way filled up, potentially.
If I can't drive my Tesla car without someone keying it, that's a swastika. And you shouldn't put it on your tweet when you're talking about Jews. Is that fair? If I'm a fucking neo-Nazi for driving a red Tesla, then maybe that's a swastika.
But it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
Which, by the way, Papa Gut recently endorsed harassment to Tesla owner. I don't know if that was what he did, but he's like, I don't feel bad for you, dude. Like, what the fuck, Papa Gut? What the fuck, dude?
The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and obviously didn't.
Dude, it's so funny watching these intertwined.
And videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that
And you're still doing it. Oh my god.
I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate.
I don't think anyone deserves that level of scrutiny.
Also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave. and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after, what, less than a year? What is it?
And I said this earlier when we were covering this before, but the hype around this content cop was so high. The fucking hype before it was even announced what it was. I think iDubbbz is going to regret this for a very long time, because if he just made like content cop kick or something and made a video that people could just get behind, or even like a riskier video, even if he did it on even if he did it on Steven Crowder, there would have been people lining up to watch this. People actually were hyped up because that asshole put on a fucking policeman's uniform and shadow boxed the air for 2 minutes before his video. This is such a missed opportunity that he will never get again.
That I've done.
You only get one chance to revive Content Cop, and you blew it.
Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people.
Like Angry Joe, you done fucked it up.
That you've content copped. And for what did you do this? To revitalize your dying career?
Dude, he's like, he made Content Cop Jewish Jake Paul. It's just so insane that he fucking made this decision.
This entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together, and poorly researched. I don't really even understand why they did this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy. Have fun with your new friends.
Mic drop.
Hello, you absolute.
No. You're in another stream. We'll talk about you another day, okay? So this is what I put up this morning, or I think it was late last night when I'd seen this. And I mean, this is the truth.
Nicholas!
I'm telling you the truth right now.
Thank you for the $5.
The little domino, well, technically the little domino would be the October 7th tweet that Frogan made. But Ethan unfollowed Frogan on Twitter. And then the big domino is Ethan receives 2 human skulls in the mail. This is legitimately how far this fucking drama has gone. This is how bad it's truly gotten in real time. What am I supposed to say here? Has Paige Christie talked about this? I think Paige Christie called me out or something because I didn't have the correct position on something a couple of months ago. What's her take on the skulls? I'm interested. Adam McIntyre was joking about Snark the other day. Well, last I checked on H3 Snark, they're having fun drawing caricatures of Ethan holding his skull. I'm just wondering, are we allowed to not like them yet? Is that... I mean... Am I allowed to wish negative things about an entire community that's also slandering me? Because I dare speak out about it? Where are all those guys right now? What are their thoughts on the skulls? Can we get everybody round up, get your opinions on the skull? Now, obviously, there has been some pushback to this, saying, and again, let me just be frank with you. I don't think it makes a difference whether these are legitimate human remains, like they just mailed some guy's dead body. Like, it probably makes a difference, right?
Ended. DeOrio is now Ethan's best friend.
Good one. Well, let me let this last one go.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Now they're going to litigate whether this was like a murder victim that was sent to Ethan or if it was like an ethically sourced skeleton. I don't care if this thing's made out of fucking cellophane. Actually, wait, that wouldn't look realistic. I don't care if this is a resin printed skull. The threat's there. This is fucking crazy unhinged. But apparently this is a $2,500 or $2,000 medical human skull that's been sent to him in the mail, which is absolutely unhinged. Ethically sourced. I'm assuming that's how it's done. Like a person donates their body to science. I don't know. I don't know the mechanics of how you buy a human skull. But the difference is, was somebody killed and then a skull was sent, or was this purchased from a location for medical research? And can anyone just buy a skull? Can I go on eBay right now? I don't think eBay. I imagine eBay wouldn't. Can I just go on some website and purchase a fucking skull? How would one even do that? This is the first time this has happened in YouTube drama. How would one accomplish? You could buy them wholesale? That's insane. I figure you'd need like a license to purchase human remains or something. Wow, dude, Halloween 2020 fucking 5 is gonna go crazy. Dude, why buy the fucking replica when you could just buy the real thing, dude? eBay, I'm pretty sure. I'm not the first person he's harassed, and I'm not even close to the worst case. He moved to Argentina like all the other Nazis, where it's extremely difficult and impossible to hold him accountable. That's why Hassan and co. resent the recent adoption of him is so disturbing. They know how he is. They use him like their attack dog to say the things they never could. Now, this was a take that I gave on a previous stream. I think that they filter all of their opinions
Nicholas,
through their
the
unsuable
goat.
entity.
Thank you for the
Their
$5, my
unsuable reputationless entity, so they can sit there and watch those videos on stream. That's what I think they do. I think that's the narrative.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Has Ethan mentioned you covering this whole thing at all?
Apparently as recently as tonight, but we're not there yet. I'm going to make sure I do that at the very end. But yeah, that's the narrative. It's easy. You get a guy who can't be sued because he lives in a third world shithole or something. I don't know. Where does he live? Argentina? I don't know where Argentina. I couldn't even point to it on a map. I don't care where he lives. My point is, they take a guy who's fucking
Nicholas,
Thank
the
you.
goat. Thank you.
Virtually unsuable, who'll say anything, who has no reputation to lose. Okay, and then they watch those videos on stream and uncritically react to them. Wow, this is so crazy. I can't believe Ethan does that. And that's how it works. That's the heist. That's their move. I didn't want to show it on YouTube and risk getting in trouble, so he posted actual pictures of the skull. I won't show it here for the same reason. But apparently, people were arguing that like the FBI had gotten pictures of this. On the H3 podcast, they identified AB's hands. And the reason why is, well, we received the package and addressed to me at home, but we brought it to the office figuring it was something for Dan based on the size. The poor crew were the ones to open it. They did a very good job documenting everything. Very grateful to them. Now, obviously, AB took the brunt of this because he happened to be the Muslim guy on the group, AB and Lena. So he's been getting targeted relentlessly on his social media accounts. By people calling him, again, like when people like Mike from BA call him a house Arab, this causes that to get a little bit worse. And AB is at work holding, or I guess not holding, I don't know if he actually touches it. I guess he's wearing gloves. A like decapitated human skeleton that was mailed to the office when he thought he was opening like a cool gift for Dan. So again, I think this makes Ian's like workplace relations segment age a little bit worse than it already did. It's just insane. Bad Empanada responds to the skull incident. Imagine getting destroyed so bad for genocide apologia that you reduce trying to play the victim to buying a novelty human skull. Zionists will literally do anything. So this is like the I'm Alex, Alice Hez thing, where Ian has been like significantly more truthful throughout this entire situation. Bad Empanada constantly lies. So his position now is that they bought the skull, sent it to their own house, and they false flagged it publicly for sympathy. Imagine getting destroyed so bad for genocide apologia that you're just trying to play the victim by buying novelty human skulls, claiming that someone else sent them to you as a threat, and posting the pictures of them with the tags from the store you bought them from still plainly visible. Zionists will literally do anything to avoid the reckoning with the reality of their ideology. So yeah, that's Bad Empanada. And we did go through on stream and identify that Bad Empanada is still alive, or at the very least that skull is not his, otherwise it would look something like this. Anywho, moving right along past that, LSF reacts to the shocking Ethan Klein news. Bet you won't see this uploaded in YouTube Drama and Foxy Moy. To be honest, I've kind of missed that drama. There's apparently an entire separate subreddit. That's 100% coming from Bad Empanada's community, or maybe himself. That's why I don't promote the degen fuck. And it's like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it is some other scenario, right? I don't think so. Personally, I don't. I think it comes from Bad Empanada's community, who, by the way, is now Hassan Piker's community because he's donated a percentage of his audience. And when you do that to somebody that you say out loud is unhinged, you are responsible. Not for everything every person said and did, but in this case, I would view you as partially responsible when you knew what kind of person this was and your attack dog is doing your dirty work for you. Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Dude, CPS was called on his fucking house. Why the fuck would I believe that? Maybe in a completely different context, if there was no if like boundaries hadn't already been crossed, I might be a bit more charitable. But why? Why would I afford that charitability to Bad Empanada's community that has already crossed the line on several occasions? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see it that way. So my opinion is that's not the case. I don't know how much about this drama. I don't know much about this drama before now, but 5 seconds of that bad Empanada clip should be enough to convince any person that guy is bad news. I'm sorry, what the fuck? And they want us to believe that they're the ones being harassed. The more I hear about the situation, the more I think Ethan's freaking out is justified. The entire harassment campaign is 100% banked on people not looking into it. It just so happens to be conveniently deep and convoluted to keep up. It's not conveniently deep nor convoluted. They called CPS on them. Ethan's upset about it. Ethan has played the same clip 600 times that you guys refuse to engage with. And we have to keep watching it over and over and over again because it just keeps missing all those videos. Crazy. I think it might have been in Denim's video, and she was trying to explain why it wasn't bad that it wasn't every chat message. It was just all of those chat messages being real over the course of a couple extra minutes. Yeah, this is extremely simple, which is crazy because this is the Israel-Palestine, it is dude, the same people who would write stuff like that, like deep and convoluted shit like that, the same people who would say that supporting Palestine is the easiest decision of your life. Pledging undying support to Palestine. Like, it's not they argue it's not a controversial issue. It's not a deep and nuanced conversation. Just pledging undying support to Palestine is the easiest choice of your life, but they can't wrap their head around this. Wild. But anyway, Hassan and iDubbbz should just preemptively say that anyone sends people human skulls in the mail should be sent to prison. It's such a low bar and easy moral win that if they don't say it's fucked up, they're endorsing it. iDubbbz couldn't even say that about the CPS call. What? They were anti-Zionist skulls, so don't worry.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Bet you won't see this as it's upvoted to the top of that drama. They'll just do the normal thing of accusing him of lying, insulting his appearance, and pretending they're not interested with the drama when they're the type of people that pay to watch his members-only shows in the hope that he said something stupid. All right, don't call me out like that. I was a paying member to Ethan Klein for 4 years. I remember that. Like, the first time I engaged with this, they were like, Nick DeOrio's in chat right now. And they were like, thanks, Nick. And they're like, wait a minute. Did that just say a 56-month membership? I think I became a member when I was fighting with him in 2020, and I just never canceled it. Because I was trying to see their members only. I'm getting called out right now. I did that. I was like, wait, he's a 56-month member of the stream? Because like they did like a double take on that. I did that with Tipster too. I've just recently canceled all of my stalking memberships. But yeah, I'm still a member of the stream though. I think on his, I switched over to the verified account. But yeah, you're all crashing out. Talk to Sam Cedar or fix your posture, dude. Those are the two things: Sam Cedar and posture. Up next, H3 Snark subreddit Hassan fans' second backup home is a mountain of content. Toadad, totally almost overwhelming. This post. Okay, so this is the H3 one. Skull pictured in Ethan's story appears to be back for sale on the site. Wanted to circle some of the identical markings between the two skulls, one being the one shown, and oh my god, dude. This is so fucking crazy. He even posted the one with the serial number. This is like insane. He 100% sent it back to get his money back. Dude, this guy wears like 90 G's on his wrist. You think he'd sweat over $2,000 and not keep it as like a keepsake? This guy walks out with another fucking NBA player level watch every fucking stream. This guy needs to get $2,000 back. 3K. Oh yeah, with taxes. How much does a human skull cost with Donald Trump's tariffs? Have we talked about this? Are they American skulls? Where are we getting these from? I want to source American skulls because they'll be better for taxes. For Hassan fans who claim it's not the Hassan subreddit, he's the profile picture and the second most talked about person. Isn't that crazy? Ethan Klein, the man who keeps crying victim, blamed everyone for the CPS going to his house, which is true. Dox people, which is him pointing out public social media posts of people who talk shit. Oh no, cry me a river. And people who just omitted the facts that the skulls were sent to his house. We're talking about a man who literally told his audience that he thought his kids had Giardia. This is speculation and nothing has been confirmed. Again, speculation. Look at the markings on these photos. Like, they're just sweeping up, dude. They are just fucking sweeping up after this. It's so pathetic. Like I said earlier, so much content today on Leftovers H3. It could be the beginning of the end for the H3 podcast. This is Jussie Smollett vibes. Bro, imagine if this happened to Frogan. Imagine if Frogan was was AB in this scenario, opened a package and saw this, dude. There'd be a mushroom cloud over at Twitch. Oh my god. It's Ethan Klein. We don't like Ethan Klein. We can't provide any charitability to Ethan Klein. Sure, dude. Whatever. 100%. If this happened to Frogan, it would be the most insane fucking story from this sector. They'd be talking about how Ethan is directly responsible for the death threats on Frogan's life. I mean, but what are the odds that that would happen to an 80 viewers? I'm kidding. I gotta take a dig at her viewership too. What I think happened is that at some time in the past, Ethan ordered skulls as a part of some photo shoot for either Teddy Fresh or the pod. Like, we're literally theory crafting here. It was delivered to the office, not his house. He and the crew took these photos of them unpacking it. They decided not to use the skulls for whatever reason and returned it. Do you understand?
Nicholas!
What a dumb fucking
Thank
lie
you for the
that
$5,
is.
my man.
Do you know what happens the second one of those guys quit? Ethan would have to pay these guys significant raises to keep them on his payroll. Because what would happen is the minute they'd quit the H3 podcast, they'd run to some news source and sell them that story and go, yeah, I got proof. Ethan faked the skull incident. There are way too many witnesses to make a lie like this. I'm sorry. I don't believe that for a second. Ethan Klein recently remembered he had these photos of the skull. I mean, they're already making plays to try to, like, turn members of his fucking team, right? They're already trying to do it. Why would you fucking involve your entire cast and crew in something like this? Yeah. Ethan remembers that he had these photos of the skull being unboxed and decided to use it to create the hoax. That or Ethan and crew premeditated the skull hoax rather than Ethan improvising it, which would be worse. Either way, the crew are involved and in on the hoax too. Dude, this is literally the H3 question. It's like, dude, you have to go and do backflips to justify and create reasons in your mind while why the snozberries don't taste like fucking snozberries. It's so pathetic. Given the fact that you have a max 30 days to return the skull, it's obviously that they bought it for the purpose of creating this hoax. The only way to see if this is true is if someone sent him the fake skull and the authorities confirmed this with Ethan and he just didn't know about it. The YouTube drama subreddit Hassan's second home is shitting on Ethan Klein's new video on iDubbbz and the skull being sent to his house. They're going full cry bully and claiming he's lying. You could expect to see this type of response from Hassan's community when he's live later. My response to iDubbbz: Ethan is living in a different reality from everyone else on the planet. Keep coping and holding that L. You'll only have the brain-dead idiot DGGers, dude. Oh my god, bro. Even if Destiny's community, like, evaporated, it would still live on in the fucking mind of every Hassan viewer. They've been trained so well. Finally got to one of these threads before it was locked. If the skull thing is true, that's beyond fucked. But also, like, hasn't Ethan been known to make stuff up, dude? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Ah. Ethan Hassan Destiny. Well, there is a Destiny segment at the end of the tunnel tonight. We will be covering that before we get off. He literally posted the faked image of in Denims' chat while forgetting he left the actual chat still on the screen. Again, like, holy shit, dude. If you're going to post doctored images to defame someone, can you at least put the minimum... Dude, I can't... I don't know if this person's retarded or just fucking stupid and malicious. And oh my god, bro, I'm going to lose my mind. This is what I was trying to talk about earlier, where they're pretending that, like, there's a sector of the internet that doesn't know that fucking video is edited. Like, he's trying to hide the fact with the second chat floating from the bottom of the screen. 900 upvotes on this. Intense gaslighting. Everyone knows that clip is fucking edited. The context she gave didn't fix it. Can we find the Denims video really quickly while she's trying to explain why this is actually, like, a good thing? What the fuck, dude? What the actual fuck?
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
What is Denim's channel? It's not gonna pop. Oh, it actually did pop up. Denim's Dunks.
If he's watching,
Ethan is shitting up the internet with his lies. Where is this? Is it? Let me look up the word 5 minutes. I just need to know the context, because I don't want to take her out of context and give her an easy dunk on me. Yeah. Okay. Here. 5 minutes apart. Okay, so this is her explanation as to why this is maliciously clipped.
At this point, I don't know if he's watched a single real video of me.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, this video's out of
Nicholas,
context.
The goat. Thank you for the $5.
Oh, hey, look, it's Bad Empanada. Thank you, CPS. Hey, look, guys, it's Bad Empanada. Wow. Yeah, I just saw that, Glue Guns and Roses. It just clicked.
Let's see that again. Look at the chat in the top right corner.
He has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit. And
Love
God
made
forbid,
a good point. You said, is this every comment? I believe this is a live feed of the chat. This isn't edited.
This is played as like a big gotcha that there's two chats on the screen, because they won't know that Denim's just like the chat doesn't start rising from the fucking screen. It's so stupid, bro. This is so fucking stupid.
How about the top right? I thought these were
No, it's this.
Why are all my enemies stupid?
I think when you full screen it. No, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat.
And dude, wait. I'm so. Am I retarded? Wait.
It's this. I think when you full screen it. No, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat. It's just enlarged.
Oh, really?
Over the screen, yeah.
In the part where she's playing the exposing music, Ethan explains the argument.
What is happening? What universe?
He explains it too, yeah.
Do we exist in?
Now wait, watch the context here. This is going to make it way better. This is what they're using to defend this.
Where this is a popular creator. How exactly am I supposed to get through to a person and convince her wrong when she's literally disproving herself on her own stream and then ignoring what just came out of her mouth 5 seconds earlier?
Oh, Lion Klein. I'm honestly
Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Thank you.
shocked people still take.
Oh, guys, you hit the goal. You guys have earned another goal. Dude, if you hit the goal, dude, I won't become a severed human head and sent to Ethan in the mail.
This guy seriously. Let's do some quick math. Here are the first and last frames of the video that he played. I searched for the top and the bottom messages in.
This is it, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for the thing that makes this okay?
And last frames of the video that he played. I searched for the top and the bottom messages in my Chatterino history. The first one is line 14,472. The second is 15,428.
So she's confirming all these messages are real.
And they're 5 minutes apart. That's 900.
She is not disputing, rather, that the messages are real.
128. And there are
There are 956 messages. She's giving us the actual stat on how many people were demanding to call CPS or talking about the shit on the floor.
The second is 15,428. And they're 5 minutes apart. That.
Okay. I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I said 20 minutes in my earlier coverage. So she's arguing that this was over the course of 5 minutes, which is apparently an excruciatingly long amount of time, and that's supposed to make it better. This is what we're working with here. Yes, about 7% of your chat was spamming Child Protective Services while you yourself were watching a video uncritically, making a false allegation against Ethan with the intent to harm his family. And this is a video you've willingly uploaded and posted the statistics on here so we can better understand how malicious you actually were. Prior to, mind you, her confessing that she did this because he called her, chat, a bitch. Where's the clip? Because he called her a bitch.
Obviously embarrassed by that clip of me talking about poop. I obviously don't want people to watch it. And you're streaming it for everybody to see. And it's embarrassing and it's mean-spirited. It's like, hey man, I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. It was mean-spirited that I showed people that clip. You're right, it was. But that's after you called me like a bitch fucking 20 times in like 7 minutes.
How does this person, like, how do you justify in your head? How do you justify this person having a platform? I'm sorry, dude. Big Bungie died for people like this to keep going. I don't know. Listen, if you press me on it, I'd probably find a reason to defend her. But, oh God, this is just, I don't know. Big Bungie died so she can continue going.
It's 956 messages in 5 minutes. He showed 65 messages, which is less than 7%
There are
of
two big reasons, Nick.
the messages from that
I don't
time
know.
period.
She's one of those that if like anything bad ever happened to her channel, it would be one of those like silent, yeah, that sucks. I hope they bring it back, but never vocal. Never vocal. You would not get my public support.
Funniest thing is that only 3
But
of
it won't because Twitch has like a a love boner for you guys.
those 65 messages
Yeah, that would be an O anyway. Yeah, I really hate that. Disavow. Anyways.
are ever even on the screen in the 2-minute video that he featured. So now I'm sure you're wondering why someone would go through so much trouble to painstakingly Photoshop all these chat messages together to make it look like they
Oh, even better. Is this going to cut to Destiny? Please tell me this is going to cut to Destiny.
happened at around the same time instead of over the
remember.
course of the full 5 minutes. And if only 3 of those 65 messages were in that clip, when did the rest happen? Well, it happened when I watched this clip from his podcast.
Olive has Giardia, which is a bacterial infection in the intestines.
Olive is his dog, by the way. This is so fucking stupid. So some of the messages came from a different portion of the stream, and then they're still posting call CPS after watching the bad Empanada video. I mean, this is just so fucking stupid. And keep in mind, you know what this is again? This is Ethan oversharing to the point where, like, remember Jake Doolittle? Oh, there's another funny statistic about Jake Doolittle that I'll mention after the fact. This is the lupus video again. That's what we're watching. We're watching the lupus video for a second time. It's so stupid. But there's one thing about Jake Doolittle that you don't understand, is that his charity, the Open Hand, not the Open Hand Foundation. What was Jake Doolittle's charity? Never Stop. For all the flack that we gave Jake Doolittle, Never Stop donated more money to charity than Creator Clash 2. Oh God, dude. Oh no. Oh, it's so bad, dude. That kid's single contribution per month. So yeah, they came from 2 different sections of her covering this, the extensive coverage she did on the bad Empanada video. Ethan just complained about how Ian was leaving out the context about CPS reports, but failed to show the clip of Denims telling her chat not to call CPS. Ethan himself told his podcast that she told her chat not to call CPS. Why is he blaming her now? This is just Ethan playing victim like he always does, instead of taking any accountability for why CPS reports haven't happened in the first place. More of the YouTube drama comments. Guy went straight in with his lying voice. Oh my... Dude, what is your lying voice? I feel bad for Ethan. Dude went in trying to save his friend from making a fool out of himself. Oh, sorry, Ian. Sorry, I feel bad for iDubbbz. Dude went in trying to save his friend from making a fool out of himself, and instead he keeps going. As for Ethan, he keeps digging himself in the hole to the point where he is now aligned with the conservatives he used to make fun of. It's like, oh, the wrong people have supported you. And again, if you've forgotten, we're talking about the skulls that were mailed to his fucking house right now. That's the thread. This is just... Okay, cool. I'm not even bothering to watch this. It's like Ethan and Hila drive off of the drama and feuds. So boring. I'm going to say it. Can you say it for me? Can somebody say it for me before I have to say it? I'm not going to bother watching this. It's like Ethan and Hila thrive off drama and feuds. Where is this posted? Who knows where this is posted? Any guesses? Any guess where this fucking post came from? Oh, there it is. Why are you on YouTube drama then? I don't know.
Is Dark Vibe AU a virgin? No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
This is from
Why would so many people
r/YouTube
be
drama.
Googling that?
The call is coming from inside the house. Literally. Why are you on r/YouTube drama, dude? I'm watching it for you. So far, it's just, I'm the victim now and always. We'll edit if anything changes. Also, iDubbbz is anti-Semitic. That is all. Oh, no, it's not Snark. This one's from r/YouTube drama. You can't see because the chat's covering it. I got like a sample platter. It's crazy how he gives no evidence whatsoever to his claims, but the remaining members of his cult chose to believe him without any doubt. Who called CPS? Who sent him the skulls? Or did that ever happen? The way he just momentarily brings up new info and quickly moves on is weird. That zoomed in Denim's chat he keeps showing is fake. It's not fake! She does not Dude, Denim's says that the messages are fucking, like, there are real messages, and she doesn't contest the, like, legitimacy of the rest of the messages. It's not fake. Where would they get that information from if they weren't watching the Bad Empanada video and doing extra research on it? Where would they get the information for that? It doesn't match the actual chat on the side. Oh, God. I hate these people. I hate these people. Ethan doesn't look too good. I know... Wait. Hold on. I actually just fucking... I didn't even realize something. Oh, my God. Wait, I just cracked the code. I can explain this to them. They'll understand. They'll understand if I explain it like this. Listen, if you're a fucking moron, okay, and you liked Content Cop, Ethan Klein or H3H3, right? If you're a fucking idiot. So this is extremely deceptive, all right? Let me pull up. Oh, no, this is the reaction. Sorry. Let me pull up the actual Content Cop. Wow, it's the third
We might have gone
option.
off on a tangent.
Okay, so this is the Content Cop, right? 6 million views. Big video. Successful. Here. So if we pull up a clip of Ethan in here, you see this? Any clip of Ethan?
Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having...
Did you know, just out of curiosity, that this H3 podcast episode was not 2 seconds long?
Crazy, you know, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So at no point does Ian state, at any point in this video, that this is clipped or edited in any way.
You guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
The really good guy in question, at no point does iDubbbz explain that that text was not part of the original clip.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with...
It's insane how malicious it was when he's using doctored video footage in his Content Cop. If that's like the bar. That's the bar now, guys. That's doctored footage. By the way, I only played a clip of Ethan of the iDubbbz Content Cop. We didn't just watch the whole video. Okay, I just want to make that very clear. We did not. And when I'm reading this post, it's not the whole thread. This is a singular post. Well, 2 technically, just so we can put all the context in here. You know, I want to make sure we have all of the context in here, so we can be as accurate as possible. So this is the podcast episode. We will check this out in a second. I want to get some clips. I assume when I refresh this, your man Dan has put in some timestamps. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Okay. The H3 subreddit is super active today. Memes, chills, call out, and everything. These edgy 20... Oh, dude, look at this. Death threats, CPS, genocide apology, skulls, anti-Semitism. Ethan. Why is Ethan Klein crashing out and harassing small creators, dude? Let's not forget who set this all in motion. Ethan began to highlight the flaws in Hassan's logic, empathy, and worldview. In response, a specific group of far-left Twitch streamers launched a harassment campaign, disguised it as pro-Palestinian activism. True, true, true. And then we've got a couple of threads here. This is obviously the one I keep alluding to. This is the Leftovers podcast drawing fan art of the skull that was sent to Ethan's house as a death threat. By the way, in case you're wondering, this is an edited image. Ethan Klein is not a cartoon character with bulgy coke eyes with like fucking spit dripping down his face with a caricature of his wife on a bib, in case you didn't know. And by the way, I'm not an animated Wiggler character parodying Keffels or a cop. I'm Stolen Valor, just in case people needed extra context. You're a courtroom sketch artist, but for the show that I refuse to watch, we both know that's not fucking true. If you say, all right, if you have fucking, how many posts do you have in this subreddit? Yeah, I don't watch the show, my ass. Yeah, guys, did you guys know I don't watch H3H3? Did you guys know I don't watch the show? I've never watched this show before. I've never watched it. We're 3 days back, by the way, if you're wondering. I've never watched this show before. Never. I'm not an avid watcher of Ethan Klein. Do you watch Ethan Klein? Yeah, good one. Fucking idiot. Everything that has happened so that art piece could be made. Thank you. Like, look at this, dude. Look at this. Oompa? Oh, I didn't even queue up Oompaville. I can cover Oopaville another day. I don't think Oopaville's super relevant to this. He made a video, deleted it, and it sucked. That's the story. I'll cover that another day. Because I want to do Destiny after this. We've got some... And I'm going to watch the response, rather. Phenomenal, Snark Angelo, Rise. Not enough poop. Hang this artwork in the Louvre. This is satirical political cartoonery that we needed. Amazing. Do you know how to code? Promoted. Jeremy Data Annotation. Chef's Kiss. Beautiful. This is art. Dude, you're an artist, Mr. White. You're very talented. I'm certain he bought those skulls. Bro is out of his skull. Great depiction of his crash out. You're super talented. This is so well done. This is weird. Come on. I want snark shit that's normal, but there's always loud, weird ones spending time to draw shit like
What's
this.
the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Nick, there was a screenshot from Bleach on that post history. This is starting to become concerning.
Nah, I'd rather draw it. Oh my god, dude. This is crazy. This is actually fucking crazy. So there's that one.
What's the name of the guy?
And that's the
Keemstar
LSF thread.
Orbiter? Nick
So
Oreo.
let's see where we
Mr.
are. I gotta
Oreo.
see. I don't know these timestamps. I think I was live when this thing was ending. Bad Empanada being platformed by everyone. Will Hassan react to our response? Not interested. Denim's getting cell phoned 3 times. Denim's apologizing. Dr. Kirk situation. Pokemon's horrible experience with a Twitch employee. I do want to hear the clip. I'm interested. This is for me. I did it for me. Okay, where's the clip Smaggle sent me? Where's the glaze? Let's hear how I'm compromised.
That's how I feel. I was like, you know, when I'm not well rested, I just noticed like I was writing something and it's like typos.
I really like you.
Why?
And just like, it's just like not full brain functioning at the moment.
And are we blaming that on Ian?
It was just...
You can.
Well, we just had a lot to watch. Like, I had to watch his whole video before Friday, so I stayed up late to watch that. I had to watch St. Nicholas DeOrio react to it.
Yo! No way, dude. Holy shit, dude. Hila Kleiner's your Nick DeOrio now. What the fuck?
Because you have to.
I can't make a fun name for my name because, well, we tried that one time and, yeah, I don't get a fun name. Sorry.
I had to watch Lolcow react to it because you have to.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of content to watch.
Dude, every version of my name that you can make into a community name, like the Hila Kleiners, just sounds horrible. It sounds like a mid-2000s iDubbbz video.
I'm not complaining, but...
Oh my god! He has my vote for Pope, just saying.
Saint Nick?
Yeah, Saint Nick.
Jolly Saint Nick?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm the new Pope. What the fuck? I'm the Pope, bro.
He has a vote for what?
For the next Pope died. We're looking for a
Dude, I went to church every Saturday growing up because they had a hockey league.
new Pope. America's next Pope!
Rest in peace.
The world's next
I gotta say, when they told me that I got mentioned on the podcast, I didn't think I'd be the Pope.
Pope. Yeah, there's some cool guys in there.
I need a Pope Wiggler now.
But some of them are also kind of weird looking.
The guy with the last name Pizza. Starts with pizza.
There's a guy named
Pizza Balla.
Pizza Balla.
How's the show today?
Terrible.
Yeah, dog
Is there
shit.
anyone left watching?
No. Not really. Couple.
That's funny. All right, let's pick some shit to look at here. So more details about the skull situation, debriefing on the weekend. This is what we're here for because this is the main point of the segment.
Today, so thank you to
You guys are the best.
all of you.
Is that like Keemstar screaming mustard? What the fuck is that, dude?
Oh my fucking god! Yeah!
Here's another one. Well, you showed...
What am I missing on Lolcow right now? What was that? 50 gifted? Did I miss 50 gifted? Wait, what?
You showed my story. Oh, the skull from Party City, they're saying.
Oh, it's Keemstar saying 50 gifted. That's funny.
Okay. Party City's actually...
Wait, I wish you could do that. Bro, why does Streamlabs not have like a 50 gifted one? Where you could set like one sound to 50 gifted. That would be great.
actually closed, so checkmate.
Ooh, fucking checkmate.
That would be an insanely good donation soundbite.
One was from Bad Empanada.
Wait, this one's from Bad... Wait, what?
I believe so. I believe he posted that one.
Oh, this is his post.
Let me make sure.
You know, now, obviously, this is a huge...
Did you talk about Bad Empanada suing Ethan? Is that in here? Like, wait, what? I didn't know about that. That would be fucking hilarious, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, Bad Empanada, you should do that. You should sue Ethan Klein.
This is a huge guess. It's just based on a
So this
feeling
is the response to the skull incident.
and knowing what this guy's MO is.
Nicholas,
But
the goat. Thank you for the $5.
Thank you.
Have suspected from the beginning, once again with no direct evidence, this is just my opinion, that Bad Empanada is the one that sent the skulls.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Oh,
Mr.
dude, that's a
Oreo.
meme I haven't fucking heard in a while. Am I the only one who's obsessed with like the 1 million beer meme? Dude, I don't know what it is with brain rot, but that shit fucking speaks to me. When they play that and they use the Chad filter and they're like, dude, 1 million beers.
Again, this is the love.
I made one of those. I was like, I made a short and it was so shit because I didn't know how to make a short. So all the text is covered by like YouTube. Where is this? Hold on, I'm going to play this real fast. Where the fuck is this? We made the short. Yeah. Mr. Beast could never pay me off, dude. Unless he offered me 1 million beers. I love this fucking meme format, dude. It's so underrated.
Level of harassment that this guy stoops to. I'm in a support group with like 10 other people where I got the Discord messages from.
Like,
who have all been the
unironically,
target of
iDubbbz wouldn't have backstabbed Ethan if he just offered 1 million beers.
like relentless, horrific harassment. This is the kind of guy who like, he has a Patreon Discord that and basically a small, medium size of psychopaths that are all in on the harassment
Yeah,
campaign.
when the fuck is
where
the
he'll-
Bad Empanada Discord server dropping? You know what's crazy? I got added to a group chat, and all right, this is my back thing with Bad Empanada. This is one of the few interactions I've had with AB where, like, early on in the drama, I sent AB a warning. I said, hey, I see this Bad Empanada guy is talking to you guys. Just steer clear of him. That guy is psychotic, and you don't want to accidentally stumble into a war with that guy, not knowing that Hassan was going to ultimately platform the fuck out of him. So I tried to tip them off as best I could, because AB is the only one I've ever spoken to from H3H3. So, and again, we've had like drama in the past. So I said that to him, but I tried to warn him so that they didn't get caught in the crossfire of something they weren't prepared for. And then Hassan just platformed him anyway. And I got added to a group chat with like Kraut and Stardust one time, and I kind of opted out of it. It turns out that I guess those are the people who have the group chat, and they've done all this fucking research to figure out what the fuck this guy's been up to.
He'll drop he'll drop a YouTube link, a Twitter link, a Reddit link, whatever, to go AstroTurf and
no, AB thanked me for that. Yeah.
Just humiliate, harass, attack, etc., etc. That's what the receipts.
Wait, he said that today?
Are from his Discord. But these people have. He's the type of
AB
dude
said that
who,
today, dude. I didn't leak, dude. That's the first time I didn't leak. Someone leaked before me. Holy shit, that's so funny. Wait, let me pull the clip up for that. That's so fucking funny. Am I getting debated by chat right now? Hold on. Oh, and by the way, while we were live, so I don't know, hello to anyone watching from the H3 podcast. They've returned the title back to my response to iDubbbz Content Cop, and they've added I'm sorry. I'm sorry was already there, but they added back the original title. So shout out to anyone on the crew that's watching right now. This is better. I like this more.
will exercise such horrific harassment campaigns that it actually just gets people to stop talking about him. He's very successful at doing that. Now, obviously, at this point, I think it's pretty clear to him and anyone else that that's not going to happen with me.
That does make it more obvious, yeah.
And the more
he told the story about, that's funny.
They talk, I feel like the easier it gets for me.
Let the conversation begin.
This specific post actually is from Baddie Empanada, so I'm not sure if it's actually
okay.
Well, I know you gotta remember, Bad Empanada has a dude. The craziest thing about Bad Empanada being just like fucking Britbong is it's the same, oh, that's not really my alt. There's hundreds of people who are like trying to defame me on the internet over and over and over again. And that like you can't ever know which is the real me because I'm banned on social media. But that's kind of the strategy every banned guy takes. They can just go scorched earth and claim it's not them.
Well, look, he's on the mod list.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Well, if you look,
or it's a Bo Blacks. It's a Bo Blacksian mode.
on the mod list, you can see what it says user.
Yeah. 1 sec. Let me check.
Not that it matter. It doesn't really matter.
Honestly,
yeah.
this one's a little too tame. Anyways.
But anyway, my theory on the skull incident. This is my theory, and I think it makes sense. Ethan is the main culprit here. I believe he ordered the skulls from the website, and when they arrived at his house, he took them into the studio. The fact he stated he thought the packages were something Dan had ordered because of the size, to me seems like that was his excuse to bring the skulls into the studio and have the crew open them. The thing is, like, I could have, if I was lying.
Hold on. At least they're leaving. It's just a conspiracy about you. I appreciate that they're giving us a pass.
He needed them to witness this atrocious act and feel sympathy for him. I think he wanted
I didn't even realize the thing was on the wrong side. I was like, why am I covering Ethan?
the crew to open them because he wants them on his side to quell the mutiny. Anyone suggesting the crew is in on it? I think you're wrong. Well, that's nice. Despite the crew's...
It's just so psychotic. They just immediately write fan fictions. And, you know, this always gives me like the old Onision subreddit vibes where people are just way too interested in touching the poo to the point where they like lose themselves.
Many issues. And then I guess they go on to...
Like they touch the poo so much, they contract Giardia. Oh, shit. Wait, that works. Holy shit, dude. That's why you don't touch the poo. Because you'll contract Giardia.
List those. Actually shit on you guys.
So they think you tried to horrify us?
To sell the story.
Like they get the metaphorical Giardia.
Little did they know I killed the man to get that
That'd
skull.
be crazy if you did that, dude. What the fuck?
This is real.
What you don't understand is this was actually a Mortal Kombat cosplay that has gone strategically wrong.
Oh, this is his user.
Well, let's talk about what actually did happen, right?
Well, so yeah. So, but just to respond to this,
like the thing is, if this is a lie, or if Ethan has lied about any aspect of this, we will find out. Like, there's no way that he'd be able to get away with it. It would be like, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but if there's even a percentage chance that Ethan didn't tell the truth on this, it would be the dumbest verifiable lie ever, because those employees who have like taken delivery of this skeleton or whatever will eventually move on, and their employment will no longer be a factor.
it's like, if I was lying about it, I could just say anything I want. I mean, I just say, if I was lying, I'd just say like, I got it to my house.
That's exactly what a liar would say.
I opened it, was horrified. That's it. Like, what more information do you need than that? You know,
it's because you were tricking us too, like that person said.
Well, anyway, we have like.
Do you remember the thread? I forgot what happened that day, but H3, it was like H3 Snark, and they'd posted a picture of every crew member, and they're like, "That's it. The gloves are off." They're gonna get it too.
Like, insane.
They like declared war on the podcast crew.
Ample.
That was like one of the most insane Snark posts. It's somewhere on my Twitter.
Documentation of this entire thing. So,
well, I think the critical piece of information that is leading to a lot of this speculation is.
I think the only thing that's on the Snarkers' side right now is it's so absurd for a fucking human skull to be sent to somebody's house. We're like in uncharted territory levels of harassment. So some people might not know how to like navigate it, if that makes sense. Like there might be some people who are like, there's no way this is real because my brain can't compute that this would actually happen to someone. And I think eventually they'll get past it.
People have seen that these things cost quite a bit of money, and yeah, I mean,
it's not unheard of, bro. This is so much farther than any drama has ever been taken. We're in uncharted territory.
And the receipt is actually in here. Let's see, the total was $2,463.88. Also, the shipping was expensive, bro. $339.
That's what I mean. That's why I thought it was computer equipment, because it was a big ass package. It was like a huge box.
Yeah, but don't worry, dude. He had to ship it back to them because he couldn't afford to fucking lose $2,000 or $3,000 on their fucking skull investment for the meme.
And damn, always shipping.
Anyways, how expensive is that Patek Philippe on his wrist right now, Mister? I need that $3,000 so goddamn bad, dude. How much is that, Patek?
Everything's
Hey,
computer.
we're always shipping stuff to the office or to my house sometimes.
I mean, the narrative just doesn't make sense. Unless you're anti-Semitic, in which case, then it makes perfect sense. Then you could really follow that logical through line.
I bring it in. It's completely common.
Yeah, is that a $250,000 watch? Unless you're anti-Semitic, I don't. Well, actually, dude, like I feel like the only way you can rationalize this is if you pull some super like, dude. What is the song that we played last stream that you tricked me into playing? We're gonna play it for real this time. What is the Kirby song? Kirby, yeah, dude. You're just sitting there and you're like, well, why would Ethan, while he's wearing a $250,000 Patek Philippe watch, right? Why would he really need his $3,000 back for the skull? Why wouldn't he just keep it? And then all of a sudden they're like, I'm a Hassan Piker viewer. I love denims. I watch a lot of Frogan. Like, yeah, okay, dude. Awesome. Yeah, that's what it is. Zionism.
So here's the thing. The way this person was able to do this and get away with it, at least so far, is this shit was sent on a PO, which, if you don't know what that means, basically it was this company, as far as I can tell, mostly their clients are museums and schools and like science departments and that kind of stuff.
It is so crazy how you like, you used to not be able to avoid it. When I made my Ethan Klein videos, I was going through and deleting comments of people writing like, oy vey, or like another one, because there is such a, like, there is always kind of the level of anti-Semitism that you don't get when you cover other content creators. You'd get those few. But now, defending Ethan, I'm getting the same types of comments, and it's jarring. As like an avid horseshoe theory believer, I cannot escape people who hate Jews when I cover Ethan Klein. It's so weird.
Right? And so they have established accounts with people.
And I used to do that. That back when I only posted one video every few months, I could kind of manage reading comments. Nowadays, fuck that. I'm not reading shit. But like back then when I'd post a video every couple months, I would scroll through the comments and I'd just hide users who's posting fucking anti-Semitic shit.
That essentially is like on credit, like they pay later, net 30 or something like that. So somebody went through the process of setting up.
I think one time somebody made, it was fucking crazy. Somebody made Ethan into a Rabbi Shekel, I think. Do you know what a Rabbi Shekel is? It's the fucking racist nose meme or whatever. Somebody, dude, and it's crazy because like the footage of Hila, fucking Hila is like, you know the comic that guy made, that racist comedian made like a comic of Hila killing children? It's like one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen on YouTube. They were sending us that a lot back then when we made those videos. And they're sending the same video now, right? Like I haven't seen the Ethan Klein Rabbi Shekel one in years, but they're sending the same video that like the far right people were sending of Hila shooting children. Like the comic video. It's insane.
Of these accounts.
Yeah, there's an animation. If you're familiar with, because I'm not going to link it, or it's like, do you remember there was one around the time of COVID that made like a racist animation of like the fucking, the COVID disease, like the Chinese girl or something, and then it like spins around and she had like bugs in her teeth or whatever? It's that guy. That guy made it.
And they shipped the shit
I think that went viral too. It was just some fucking crazy dude.
Without receiving a single penny from anybody. Which, if you think that sounds fucking crazy, I agree. And I forcefully let the company know that I thought that was pretty crazy.
It's just like Ethan Klein horseshoe theory unites the far right and the far left.
It's unacceptable.
I thought it was Dan called them in the office, and yeah, the phone call was hilarious. Dan's reaction.
Well, I have it in writing too. I had a back and forth with, I don't want somebody who's higher up at the company. They were obviously extremely apologetic, and have said that they've made corrections to how they do business.
I fundamentally think you just can't win with online politics. And I think that's probably the best takeaway. I think that people are more, they're inherently more radical when they have their viewpoints online, and they kind of have to ground themselves in real life. It's why that there's like such a huge, there's like a huge disconnect between the stuff that you read in like Hassan's community, which at one point, and probably still is the biggest politically oriented community over at Twitch. It's why you see such a huge disconnect between them and like the actual Democratic Party. It's just, I don't think there's a way to do politics online without dealing with some of the most crazy fucking people known to man.
Which is good. But just here, I'll just read a selection from my email exchange with them.
It's just not, the internet is not a serious place for political discourse. Certainly not Twitch. And probably not YouTube.
I'm still not sure how, I understand how this could have happened without the exchange of any money. Is it really your company's
That's your
policy to
message.
ship something like this to someone without...
It's because politics turn into sports, bro. You don't watch enough Nick DeOrio streams. Everything is sports now. It's literally all sports now. They turn rapes into sports, bro. Actually, these guys turn rapes into sport. It's insane. Doing what fucking Hassan Piker did when he's laughing at Kamala Harris is turning rape into sports. These guys want to fucking grandstand over the Minecraft sex tuber meme, making fun of all the sexual degenerates in the community with a UFC thing in the background, what we do over here. These guys turned fucking October 7th rapes into political team sports. It's disgusting. It's gross. There's no other way to, how else do you describe it?
Any verifiable payment information. If so, I hope this incident is shown...
He picked the wrong sports team. Yeah, that's it. He lives in New York and he's an Islander fan.
Nicholas, the GOAT.
Actually,
Thank
Ethan
you for
was
the
from New
$5,
York. I'd be
my
surprised to know what hockey team. He had, I don't know if he even followed hockey. He'd have to be a Ranger fan in the city. If he was an Islander fan, I'm gonna switch teams. I'm joining the other team.
The potential for abuse by bad actors, and you make adjustments to prevent this from happening to others in the future. And they said, regarding your concerns, you're absolutely right to ask.
No way Ethan follows hockey. I don't know, bro. You'd be surprised.
We do have policies in place that ensure all purchase orders are from verified accredited facilities. And we normally only fulfill them after confirming customer
Ethan loves the Mets, baby, the Mets. Dude.
records and account history. In this case, it was
That's kind of the wrong team, too.
an odd mix of factors, a simple oversight by a single employee, and a ship.
Then again, Bo Blacks was from Canada and didn't even know anything about hockey. That's sacrilegious. You want to talk shit about Bo Blacks? Talk shit about the fact that this fucking Canadian fuck didn't know anything about hockey.
Shipping automation rule that prioritized the order due to selected overnight AM delivery method, allowing it to skip some of our normal checks and balances, including the verified purchase order check.
Sir,
We've since corrected
those are
this video
human
and adjusted our
souls.
rules set to make sure this can't happen again.
Losing money costs. So my initial reaction when I heard that was like,
Yeah, that's the real reason I hated Ethan Klein. I'll tell you right here. This is actually the reason I couldn't stand Ethan Klein. It's because in 2014, all right, after Ethan Klein started the H3, he actually started it after. My joke is dead. It's because the LA Kings defeated the Rangers in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I viewed him as a he was a race trader, a Stanley Cup race trader, by moving from New York to California.
so someone called into this. I think
He was a playoff race trader. Yeah.
I've been seeing what people have been saying. I haven't looked into like the skull market in America. Sure,
Since corrected this video and adjusted our rules set to make sure this can't happen again.
Losing money costs. So my initial reaction when I heard that was like, so someone called into this. I think I've been.
It's like the lengths that they go. Like they had to call in for the CPS stuff, but they couldn't make a regular call. They had to impersonate someone from inside the house. And in this case, it seems like they've done much the same.
And seeing what people have been saying, I haven't looked into like the skull market in America.
The skull market, dude.
I think that this is the only place in America that actually sells human skulls.
Well, I finally found an eye hole that Hassan Piker can fantasize about fucking. A brave Mujahideen. I can't fucking say it right now. I don't know. I'm shot. Dude, a brave fucking soldier can fuck through the eye hole of that skull.
Or human bones, even.
I mean, I don't know.
Mujahideen, yeah.
I've done a lot of research on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit
So
they
a
sell
lot
on
of
that
people.
Do you know the reference?
Well, already identified the company. And honestly, fuck them. They should get shit for this. Like, what is wrong with
That was when Hassan Piker in the 9/11 clip would go on to fantasize about a U.S. Army veteran getting his eye hole raped by a soldier, by a terrorist.
Yeah. I mean, they were very apologetic.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
And it sounds like it was.
Again, everyone always talks about this. I went on this whole rant the other day, so I'm going to do a fucking very quick one. Everyone always talks about how Hassan Piker deserved wait, hold on, wait. That's not. Oh, no. Fuck, wait. No, hold on. Let me reword that. Yikes, chat. Everyone always talks about how when Hassan Piker said America deserved 9/11, that it was just like they go by his story that he told that he told Shank Uger. Okay, this is gonna get clipped. Fuck. They go by the clip that he told Shank Uger. It's like, no, I was talking about American foreign policy. I was making like a high level explanation, dude. Ha ha ha. He made me experience high tide. Oh, dude. I was giving a high level criticism of America's foreign policy decisions, dude. When in reality, it was just him screaming at the Joe Rogan podcast because he's a fucking loser.
I can't do this. I can't do this. Guy has the understanding of foreign policy of.
Oh fuck.
I can't do this. I can't do this. Guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked?
The only time there's no dead air in a stream is when Hassan Piker is fantasizing about a fucking army veteran getting raped in the eye socket because he's raging at the Joe Rogan podcast. But please tell me a story about how it's a nuanced conversation about foreign policy. Please, I dare you. I fucking dare you.
It was a mistake.
It's a little, I mean,
but
you know,
it's crazy as fuck to ship somebody, remains. Without.
Also, like,
oh, thank you. Sorry, I thought I was going to read it. Hassan deserved a hug. Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, Hassan Piker deserves... It froze again. It fucking froze again. Here we go. It's going to come back. Oh, I hear it spinning up. I got to take it out of that folder, dude. It's got to spin up my fucking... You know why this happens? I'll tell you why this happens. I don't delete anything. Every video I make gets put on a hard drive. Every video I download. There it is. Every podcast I download, I never delete anything. I've got a 15 terabyte external hard drive that I store every single thing because people delete shit all the time and I need to have the archive in case they delete it years down the line. I've got every file since the first day I did YouTube on this computer, sitting on a 15. I left it on that. It takes a second to spin up.
Like, not to mention like the desecration of these people.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to like even. I was just all of it.
You know how fucking stupid I am? This is how fucking stupid I am. I don't organize my files. So I just put shit on my desktop and then I have a folder called Desktop Archive. And then I take all the things from my desktop and I copy them to the other hard drive and then I delete them all from my main fucking computer. And then I just have, like, this is my desktop from 2/7/2023, and I could see what was on my desktop on that day, or like what was in my downloads folder on fucking 3/5/24. How do I find stuff? I search it, but the problem is that my naming conventions are me slapping my hand on the keyboard, so sometimes it takes a while. Like, I just hit all the buttons until it makes a thing. And I know that it's time to move all the files to my hard drive if I slap, like, a random amalgamation of letters and numbers, and it says, you already got a file with this name. Then I'm like, okay, so it's probably time to move the files over onto the hard drive now. I am literally a fucking disaster, okay? But I have all of the files. They're all there. Bro, this is your job? No, this is my hobby. I work 40 hours a week. Thank you very much. But yeah, so when you're talking about the cabal leader who fucking secretly has his hand in all the YouTube drama, and remember that that's how his file system is stored. When you think about how malicious I am.
Man, these are not like fucking toys to ship out on like 30-day net skulls overnight.
Yeah, also, if someone put a rush order on human remains,
what's the hurry?
Dude, it's a rush order. We gotta get them now, dude. We need to get them now.
Yeah, like wouldn't that
True.
that would kind of require
Why is that even?
I feel like that should send a flag to the fucking FBI. Like, this guy just ordered a skull now. Dude, like, there's some government agency should be made aware that someone put an express skeleton order.
Option, man.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if my head was returned too.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you calling them the Astafrul Avengers now? Are you kidding me? The Astafrul Avengers.
Yeah, they didn't even want it.
Yeah,
Actually, we
want
did want it. So that's the other thing is, well, so when I heard that, my first thought was like, this is too fucking weird. Someone needs to ask that one employee, like, what the fuck?
Right. Well, hopefully
Because
the FBI
I don't know who
does.
that one employee is, but like, there's a lot riding on whatever that person did.
You're a weirdo, bro. Yeah, well, I don't have an enormous amount of faith in law enforcement, so I don't know what's going to happen, but they're supposedly looking into it.
And it's crazy that, like, I still don't understand how they, like, gun guard Palestine, #1, like, they don't do any fucking criticism of their own over there. I mean, obviously we know this is that community, but it's like, I'm just sitting here looking at this Fortnite gameplay, and I'm thinking, like, there's, like, Hassan gets on stream and says, like, these are such musical people while they're hijacking ships, and I'm watching this Fortnite gameplay going, like, I'm pretty sure at least one of those people would advocate to, like, murder my fucking Fortnite skin because you could see her legs. And then the people on Twitter are like, this is not a nuanced issue. This is genocide. You can't. This is not a nuanced issue at all. And they'd be like, dude, they would advocate to, like, rape and murder my fucking Fortnite character. I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm gonna need a little bit more information here.
So
We
it's
did
out of our hands
report
now.
it all to the FBI.
yeah, people in chat are like saying real. No, these are
They're
real,
real human
actual
skulls.
human skulls.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
fucked
crazy
up.
as fuck.
Yeah.
So they sent us these skulls.
Like, Adam McIntyre is gun guarding this whole situation and doing all this snark stuff. Bro, these people would throw you off a roof if they could. That doesn't justify what's happening to them. Not at all. But, like, do you have, like, any self-preservation? They would throw you off a roof the second you step foot in their property.
That are expensive and no one paid for them. And then we're like, well, I'm keeping them because I want them for evidence in case I ever need to talk about this.
Yeah.
And then they start calling us after a month, like begging us to return the skulls.
Which we found at first, we were just kind of like, are these people fucking serious? And also, we weren't sure if the FBI was going to, like, ask for it for evidence or whatever. But they haven't asked for anything. And eventually, I mean, they were just sitting here at the office, and it's like,
weird.
Me personally, I was like, I kind of want to just give it back
Can we just get the skulls out of the building? Can we get these skulls away from us right
to
now?
them because I don't want this here. Like,
Please,
it's
make it
just horrible. Like, and just having, like, we have guests coming in. Like, what if somebody, like, sees?
What if somebody opens the skeleton drawer, Ethan? We've got guests here. Dude, imagine you go to the H3 podcast studio and you
Nicholas,
accidentally open the drawer
goat.
with human
Thank you
remains.
for the $5, my man.
Dude, imagine, like, Pokemane's in the building, right? And she just opens the skeleton drawer to see human remains in the fucking... I would... Dude, come on. That's hilarious. That is insane.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar
Wait, those
Orbiter?
are skulls
Nick
of
Oreo.
3-year-olds. They won't
Mr.
remember.
Oreo.
Dude, the skulls are for... They're 3-year-olds, dude. They're not going to remember.
Is them there, and it's just like, hey, why do you have, like, human skulls?
What do you mean?
Dude, Ethan's children are like 3 and 4 years old. They're not even going to have any memory of the fact that their dad opened a skull at this podcast studio.
Don't you?
It's just so weird. So, anyways, yeah, we shipped them back to them. So it's out of our hands.
I consulted with my attorney and stuff, and he's like, you can ship it back. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I was like, what happens if I don't ship it back? You imagine now I get in the dispute where they're like, you stole our skulls.
Yeah.
Go to small claims court for human skulls.
Those are expensive, man.
I want to put them on the shelves behind me. That's a joke.
The worst part is if Rogan or Denims or Hassan or anyone else were receiving human skulls in the mail, I guarantee... Yeah, that's what I was saying. They'd be inconsolable. Dude, this would be Ethan's fault. Ethan's, like, creating this harassment wave against a small streamer who's never done nothing wrong. Dude, I think all these people are fucking demonic entities. It's okay when we do it, community.
What's the name of the guy?
Keemstar Orbiter,
Thank you, Cats
Nick
Blocking.
Oreo.
People would have never
Mr.
guessed.
Are you a coffee drinker? No, but when I stream, yes. Otherwise, there's no way these things are gonna happen.
That they would have never
thought it was
Although
real.
they do look real, but hey.
With all these horror stories, how you donate like your body to science and where they end up.
Dude, imagine you donate your body and you're like, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna help so many people, and you're using a death threat to Ethan Klein. Like, oh my god, I hope my skull ends up in a school so that kids can learn anatomy. And then it's just like, yeah, so you got shipped to Ethan Klein's house and he returned you.
Where, dude?
Like, this is the
Dude, I would be fucking haunting the person who did this. And then Bad Empanada, too, for good measure.
story that people talk about. Like, some lady got blown up by the military or whatever.
It has to be.
It's like someone donated probably their body for science, and now
That's what I thought,
gets
too.
used to this fucking
some
attack
troll.
on some YouTuber.
Used to scare a YouTuber.
Yeah, what's the what do they call it on art provenance? What's the provenance on the skull here?
I mean, this website is.
Wait, is it buy one, get one 50% off? Is that why they sent two? And it had nothing to do with it? Dude, guys, it wasn't a death threat. They were sending him... It was a bad unboxing. Dude, I can't believe this, bro. iDubbbz is doing bad unboxing off Amazon because he's too scared of his audience. And then fucking H3 Podcast is opening human skulls off camera. Dude, this is so wild.
So crazy. They sell like fetus skulls, infant
Dude,
skulls.
that's crazy.
They were out of stock, luckily, but I have a sneaking suspicion
One
if
of
they
those
were
free... Yeah, dude.
in stock, they would have been here too. Yeah.
They had discount codes, oddly enough, too.
Buying just one might be suspicious. Yeah, it might. Dude, you might be buying it so Hassan Piker can like fucking cosplay a Mujahideen soldier and I fuck the hole or whatever, pretending it's Congressman Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah,
I was kind of curious if.
Wait, they used a discount code?
No, they didn't, but the website had some, so I was kind of curious.
What's the deal? What do they offer?
Yeah, use code DeOrio when buying fucking skulls on Amazon, dude.
Let me see if I could find
Use my Amazon wish list.
it.
10% off with this.
Buy one, get one second.
By the way, guys, if you want a neo-Nazi vehicle, and you want to have you can't have a sword like Hassan. I don't have a code for that, but you can use my link in the description to buy a new Tesla. Okay, you actually get money off for that. So
get one.
Free shipping, y'all. For the first 9 people who use the code.
Shipping was not free.
Yeah, so there's no
Don't all jump up at once to buy your swastika.
record who placed the order, which is absolutely insane.
Well, it
did it have a name on the order?
yeah, it was your name.
Oh, it was my
They were
name.
pretending to be you, and then it had a phone number, but it was we like reverse looked it up, and it was some random name, and we're like, honestly, this is probably just this person doesn't. I mean, this was all told to the FBI too, but if they went through all this trouble, I doubt they used their real phone number.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, yeah.
Not beating the pre-watch allegations. Does that come up?
Some people put together that we were talking about it previously. We were like hinting at it, but we didn't say it what we were talking about because I was nervous because I got a package from my PO box, and someone was very adamant about me opening it, and I was afraid. But we didn't say what it was. But yeah, someone found that moment.
Send me that.
Yeah, it's C.
Really? The FBI might need to see that. Yeah.
It's C in the or yeah, C.
Yeah,
I see
having a
you.
PO box isn't fun anymore. It's kind of fucking scary after this
I
shit.
can see you. I can see what you do.
There's nothing fun or chill about doing this job anymore, and it has not. It's been that way for 2 years, which I feel like for the first time in 2 years, people are actually listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That this shit is not.
Dude, all you needed, Ethan, was to coax iDubbbz into making the worst video on the planet to open your dialogue up to a ton of new people. Literally, dude, you needed iDubbbz to come in and self-immolate, something he's been doing already prior to this, but to just do it in this fashion. I think it was probably... You got more mileage out of iDubbbz stabbing you in the back than you would have if he just tweeted in support. Like, this has been at your benefit that this is happening right now. Obviously, it doesn't feel that way right now, but I think when you look back on this, you'll realize that iDubbbz helped you a lot more by fucking turning on you than he would have if he just fucking made the tweet.
Normal.
Yeah.
What's happening? It's fucking mad. It's disgusting. By the way, Hassan is at the center of this. Okay, I'm going to talk more about that later. But look how many times Hassan has promoted Ban Empanada over the past 2 years.
Like, I had said this when we were talking about the content cop dropping, right? They were like, dude, what would you do if the content cop was on you? And I go, I would make a lot of money. Because there's nothing to be scared of. He's not good at making videos anymore. It's at your benefit that he's decided to do this.
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
Look how many times Hassan has promoted Ban Empanada over the past 2 years. And it's not just him, though. Noah Sampson, the first...
And the Bad Empanada stuff, we watched it earlier. He's disavowed, claimed he'd never be on the show.
The Bad Empanada as the expert every time. Denims was the one who was watching him talking about...
Dude, he's a Rottweiler. That's all he is. He's a Rottweiler.
how my kids are crawling around eating shit.
Actually, he's a pit bull. Because he's, get it? Because they called CPS. Targeting the kids. He's a pit bull.
Ben Empanada, he's Australian, but he moved to Argentina because he is a prolific harasser. And there's lines of people that want to take legal action against him. And in Argentina, apparently their legal system's pretty fucked. So it's impossible, hard or impossible to get to him. But I love this analogy because after World War II, the Nazis all moved to Argentina, Buenos Aires, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, these guys are, I don't know, dude. They're the alt Nazis. That's what they are. You've got your regular run-of-the-mill Nazis, and you've got your alt Nazis. These are your alt Nazis.
I don't know if it was Buenos Aires specifically, but yes, Argentina.
Yeah.
Kind of following in the footsteps of his great predecessors.
Yeah, definitely suspicious. But yeah, I feel like things has come to a boiling point with these skulls and CPS and shit like that. It's nice to see a lot of people online kind of realizing how fucking insane shit is. Like, I have a story. I went to this thing, like...
Yeah, imagine you're just sitting there on your Easter night going, oh, what is this brand new H3H3 Productions video? So they sent me a human skull.
This event in LA with my dad,
you get this,
my girlfriend, and a friend.
I mean, that was legitimately my night.
And on the night after, I come home to a message on Instagram saying hi.
Keffel's tweet.
Oh, God.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
And then on the night after...
this is going to read.
Ian taught the internet empathy for Ethan at the age of 30.
Yeah,
How
literally.
the tables have turned.
All right, this story is going to be...
Yes.
My chat's telling me this is crazy. Right?
Like, I have a story. I went to this thing, like this event in LA with my dad,
you get this,
my girlfriend, and a friend. And then on the night after, I come home to a message on Instagram saying, I saw you here and here.
Oh, I saw that.
Dude, that's...
Saw you here, and you were wearing Teddy Fresh. It'd be a shame if someone came up and stabbed you in the back.
Dude. And you know what the other thing is with this? First of all, that's uniquely scary because they're identifying the location, meaning that they actually did see him. That's fucking terrifying for one. But for two, for people like AB and Lena and Love, and you'll see this with some of the people that even like Destiny propped up, like Pixie, they didn't organically grow these audiences. And that doesn't make death threats okay. But eventually you get so many of them that it stops being as scary unless something actually happens. You know what I mean? Like, you get thrust into this world with a large audience, and now you're in like one of the biggest controversies in years where people are going to new levels to harass you and your friends, and you never really got to become acquainted with how disgusting the internet actually is. So you're learning in real time in the worst possible... I do not envy the position that these employees are in. That's what I'll say. As someone who's dealt with like crazy psychopaths, who's fought with like weird sectors of the internet, I do not envy the position that they're in to kind of get this crash course on the fly.
Back while you were Teddy Fresh.
Did it say something about Zionists on it?
I don't remember, but I don't think so.
I saw that and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, did you say anywhere publicly that you were there?
Apparently now they've updated the title once again, removing the I'm sorry completely from the H3H3 Productions video. We are watching history in real time. H3H... Oh, I just hit the Reddit. All right, we'll keep it going. I'll grab it.
No. So, what's it called? Like, I've been largely quiet throughout this whole thing. Yeah. And there's people in the office who have it even worse.
That's the other things is Love is barely talking on this stuff, and he's getting death threats and fucking... Dude, Teddy Fresh is the new Tesla. If you wear Teddy Fresh, you're a Zionist. That's the movement right now. They're gonna start targeting the brand next.
The thing that's fucked up is that person must have actually seen you in real life.
Yeah.
And been like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they changed the title back. My response to the content cop.
These psychopaths, these people who think that this is activism, that
They are.
again,
They
like
DM
Ian,
anyone wearing it. I think it's time for me to start repping Teddy Fresh. I gotta get some Teddy Fresh before I go to Cali. before I'm in California in fucking 2 months, I gotta get some Teddy Fresh.
his video is so stupid. He's all of a sudden this woke guy who's standing up for like Palestinian
I want to get photographed in my Teddy Fresh, dude, and get death threats. Send them to me.
or Palestinian supporters, right? Because apparently they're infallible. That's the message, that if you support Palestine, then you can't be criticized for anything.
I'm sure they'll send you some. I'm good. I'll buy it.
Nicholas DeOrio.
I'm okay, dude. I'm
Keffels
fine.
appreciated the shout out.
I could get it. It's all right.
And there's a scene in it when he's got a Free Palestine scarf on and he's holding a sword with a swastika hilt.
Is it going out of business? No. They did collaborations with SpongeBob. They're not going out of business.
Well, I've been informed repeatedly that it's a Buddhist swastika.
I'm sure it is, Dan. and is Hassan a big fan of Bleach? We establish.
What we established is that 4 months ago he was not. It's possible that he binge watched the fuck out of it in the last couple of months. It is possible.
If that's what happened, it started with the hilt
Oh, they were saying the tariffs? Gotcha.
and inspired him to watch it.
I still think it's a poor coincidence, but it also is just like, come on. Did nobody look at this? Did nobody look at this at all?
Do I think any of them actually like wanted to put a swastika in the photo? No, no. I don't actually think that. Do I think that it's insane that they didn't catch that there's a swastika? I mean, somebody at some point must have noticed the hilt of that is a swastika.
Why would they point at the camera if they didn't know?
After they posted it and then everybody pointing it out, maybe you just take it down and post a different photo.
No, they have 2X or 3X. I could get those.
No, it's
I
still
assume
up.
you took quite a few. You know?
It's still up. Ian,
I gotta see where the sizing is exactly in between sizes.
iDubbbz, the heroic savior of Palestine, still has the...
Oh, I've been corrected. A Hindu symbol. I think maybe Hindu and Buddhist symbol, actually.
Well, the question is...
They're all Nazis to me.
No, they're not.
The question is, I wonder if Hassan will get rid of it. I doubt that. You know, it's bad form, dude.
No, it's a Bleach sword. There's nothing wrong with that.
Also, apparently he has multiple different swords, and they just picked that one specifically, which is weird.
What is
in the picture that...
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
I was looking to see how much their fucking old merch is, because I was curious to see what Frenemies shit goes for. Go on eBay and look up Frenemies hoodie, dude. They go for such exorbitant rates, dude.
They posted there's a couple other swords in the background that they could have used.
So Ian refuses to post that, but I just think it's so funny that I think he thinks he's doing activism he like explicitly was like Frogan, Denims, and Hassan. These are my people. He makes a point of being like, my wife is actually 8% Arab. I don't know if you know that, and she's half Irish.
Dude, the 8%, we got it, bro. No, he said 50% in the video.
Never mind that she's actually lived her entire life in America, but like, yo, she understands the struggle.
Dude, she has nightmares from her distant ancestors. Dude, when she has like night terrors, it's actually her 8% Arab fucking blood launching a night terror to the fucking to 500 BC or something.
To an Israeli who was born there, lived their entire life there up until we moved here.
He's Lebanese. Yeah.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar orbiter, Nick Oreo, Mr. Oreo.
Dude, when Keemstar goes to sleep, he can hear his black ancestors from the 9% African inside.
There for 5 years. Like, I love the stolen valor this dude thinks he's got from like, don't worry, dude. Don't worry, man. I'm dating an 8% Arab.
Married, too.
Oh, married, right. They're married.
There's I can't find discount codes, but there's a real skulls discounted to $20 section. And there's like a squirrel and a kangaroo and a duck.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, they didn't even want the $20 kangaroo skeletons. They were looking for the expensive shit.
Actually, I don't want to be uncharitable.
Discounted skulls, get you discounted skulls here. We got kangaroos and squirrels.
Anissa's one of her parent, I think her dad is Lebanese. He's just not Arab. So, I mean, at the end of the day, she's the same thing.
Yeah, she's 50%.
She's Lebanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has to be because she's the same mix as me. So if she doesn't qualify, then I don't. So
No, she's Lebanese. Yeah.
Wait, and right, and you're Irish too, right?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Anissa is 8% victim. Keem is 9% victim. True.
Bro, what the fuck?
Dude, Ethan's finding out how many full-blooded Arabs he has on his team right now in real time.
Yeah.
You understand the struggle, man.
Your ancestors know what it's like to have to watch Hassan Piker.
You got that perfect pedigree. Anyway,
I mean, I'm here because of it, because of the conflict. That's why my dad and his.
Dude, you know what's... Dude, I need someone to make an edit of this. I need like an Ian and Anissa voice thing. Dude, could you imagine Omni-Man talking to Anissa? It's like, dude, Arab blood is so pure, you're basically full-blooded. Dude, I would die. Dude, the fucking speech of Omni-Man explaining to Anissa. Oh, God.
Family moved here back in the 80s.
Yeah.
What would you have after a 500-year war? Everyone and everything you love will be turned to dust. Oh, God, bro. Oh, no. I'm going to hell, dude.
beep boop boop. What was I saying? Yeah, so he's doing this activism. He's not even really mentioning doing anything good for this cause other than shitting on
Turn to dust and blow away.
on me for apparently being a Zionist and being not mean to his pro-Palestine friends. And I just don't see who he thinks he's helping. Like this level of activism that they're exercising is beyond pathetic. God. Like, holy shit, bro. If you actually cared, there's a million things you could do other than content cop Ethan Klein for being mean to Hassan, my hero, who supports terrorists.
All right, let's jump ahead a little bit. This is the incident. Hassan reacts to our response. And then we're probably going to move on to the next subject. Is there anything else here super important? We've kind of gone over bad Empanada. What are the stat polls?
This guy was he's probably right. He was probably living on ramen noodles. And then all of a sudden, when Hassan started glazing him up, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? He can afford poop.
And you know what's funny? Like, how many times... And I've made like pro Ethan content in the last year. How many times has Ethan pulled up a clip of me? I don't think he's ever done that on stream. He hasn't had to because he can defend himself. He doesn't need to watch me watch a video. He could just do it himself. But Hassan is a huge pussy and he needs fucking shooters. Literal shooters. Well, not literal shooters, but people who look like they probably shouldn't have arms, I'd say.
I just saw. Oh, it wasn't poop, but it looked pretty gross.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
What will you have in 500 years? I'll have clout. I'll have the clout from Hassan, Ethan.
So, what the fuck, man? You know. Here's a picture he posted, by the way. Let's see. To be a Zionist means to support
the R word.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, I love this. What? It looks like you're saying you support R word. It looks like why would you write that over a mirror?
Dude, that's so ridiculous. What else do they got?
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar
New
Orbiter?
fit. Knew I had to do it to him.
Mr. Oreo.
Good. Right. There's a Viltrumite named Anissa. Yeah, I know. That's from, I mean, she was already in the show.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter.
We've been going to hell since
Mr.
Lagoon. Oh, God. Oh, dude, you remember this shit, bro? Wait, do you think that, if King of Nothing saw this shirt, do you think he'd be like, Hassan Piker is so anti-racist. He once wore a t-shirt to show that he is against racism, bigotry, patriarchy, white supremacy, inequality, oppression, intolerance, and injustice.
Why would you just list all?
Dude, it's the same fucking thing, dude. It's the same. Whoa. Did I just trip on acid? What the fuck is that? Oh, he hit the button.
No.
I was like, what the fuck was that, dude? Why is he T-posing, dude?
You don't have to keep checking it.
Dude, I fucking love that guy. That guy's insane.
I just saw
He made the
Keffel's
worst
tweet,
video of all time, and after all
Nicholas
this, I still think it's the worst
Keffel's
one.
appreciated the shout out.
Dude, what did he say? He's like, now I understand jokes. I always have a nice chuckle every once in a while. But this stuff is mean-spirited.
It's just
he's talking about the Pope.
The Ethan Klein is a crypto scammer because he sold NFTs argument for as a joke. Like that is still the funniest shit that I've ever seen.
the Pope, whatever, the Pope, whatever. There'll be another one.
I see a pattern. Between the dramas within each CC, there is the bigger the drama, the harder CC will fall.
Yeah. Hassan's insane reaction. Wait, oh, you mean the big? Oh, you're talking about creator clash. I thought you meant commentary community. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think, and if anybody's watching right now, if there's anybody up there watching, okay, the day after Jesus rose, all right, we might disagree about that fact, but listen, if anybody's watching, all right, Creator Clash 2 litigation, all right, listen. Watch the Adosive Buckley video. Understand the financial breakdown. Okay, it's not difficult. All right, relitigate. Let's go. It's time.
For real.
No, that's true.
I feel bad the Pope died yesterday. There was a even bigger death. I don't
On
say
Easter.
Who.
Wasn't it on Easter he died?
It was on fucking 420, bro.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
All right, I want to see the Denim's apology segment, then we're out of here.
That's dang.
Talking about my kids eating shit. You're the victim of that. She's the victim.
Imagine the response was just, I'm going to watch your video. I'm going to put my response out. And then like the week before Creator Clash, just drop a complete unexpected nuke on the event.
Of watching a bad Empanada video.
Dude, I don't want to cover myself, bro. I'm in the kill cam. I'm in the fucking kill cam. There we go. I'm on top of Ethan's.
And talking about my kids eating dog shit. You're the victim of
I mean, if she apologized for it sincerely and then you were still hammering it, then you could maybe make that point. But
I
she
skipped
was
the best. What is the best part, sir?
unapologetic about it, and presumably
158 is the best part.
There's a lot to discuss here today. I posted, for those of you that don't know.
Okay, buddy. Thanks. Thanks a lot. That's the last time I check a timestamp from the chat.
Oh, well, what about the Denims?
Oh, 1 hour and 58 minutes. Okay. All right, that makes a lot more sense. I thought you were just fucking making a Tourette's shot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Said that?
I thought you were like insulting him.
Oh, so the Reddit post called him a couch fucker.
He's not a couch fucker. He
He's
might
not a
be. I
couch
don't know.
fucker.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?
I've learned this working for you for so long. When you send something to add to the doc, to leave the title the same as the original Reddit post, because you're able to understand what it is easier that way.
Is that what that's the post said that?
Oh, so the Reddit post called him a couch fucker.
He's not a couch fucker.
Are we talking about Mike from PA? Now he's having sex with couches?
He might be. I don't know. I mean, I don't have evidence to the contrary.
He punches them.
Yeah, he punches them really good, really hard.
Dude, all right, so if there's a cuck chair in every hotel room, right, and Mike fucks couches, what are the implications of that? I feel like there's got to be some through line here, okay? Because there's an item called the cuck chair, all right? Is Mike not into chairs, or is he?
Denims is back in response to my video. Let's see. She's got some really great. I can't.
So did he pop an erection when he punched the couch the first time?
Oh, she's
maybe we got him wrong. We thought he wanted to sleep with Bad Baby, or sorry, not Bad Baby, Bad Bunny, right? But he actually might have been getting her attention. Maybe he secretly was popping a rager when he was punching the couch.
Responding to the podcast. I love how she does this.
Yeah, like he came instantly. That's why he had that weird face.
She covers her mouth like, I'm so shocked, you guys.
Oh my god, dude. It's called the casting couch. No, bro. Oh no.
This is so genuine reaction.
The goat.
This is against my will.
This is just, I can't do it. I'm to be away. Did you tell him to say he's hotter than me? Was that your line? I think it probably was.
I couldn't tell if this was a Denim's reaction because at that point she froze.
I'm pretty sure Dan is laughing because he thinks it's funny, but he's trying to pretend like he's laughing because he thinks it's stupid.
No.
Why do people always put words in Dan's mouth? It's the easiest shit out. Ethan, you abuse your employees.
Laughing because he thinks it's funny, but he's trying to pretend like he's laughing because he thinks it's stupid.
No, Dan.
That's all he has to say. No, he doesn't. No, Ethan doesn't employ. Dude, it's like you're trying to victimize people who still are there. What a fucking stupid plan.
Let me just stop you right there.
It's
literally like that's the answer to every point. Like, oh god, dude. If you want to like court these guys after they like eventually move on to a different job or something, you might have more luck. Probably not, considering you guys are psychopathic and liars.
This is one of the most unbelievably cringe things.
You're covering the content. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, bro. All right, better
I've ever seen in my life.
No.
You're lying.
No.
I'm not lying.
You know, like
I'm not lying.
Also, that's not a good diss, saying that I'm hotter than you. Like, what are you talking about? It's stupid.
Because it's not true. Is that what you're saying?
It's also it's.
Is this me kind of doing a Fortnite dance on her face right now? Is this my version of the Fortnite L dance?
Definitely untrue. Frankly.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is
All right, I think we got our fix. I think we got it.